I'm so curious what everyone's creative process is.
Yeah.
What was your where did you even start with this?
I just listened to music. So much music. I was like, what kind of songs give me like the most kind of inspiration or like really hit that exact emotional target that I want to reach for the story?
Holy shit, bro. Same, man. You're speaking to my soul. I actually have a playlist of the same playlist of songs that I listened to as I was writing my project.
Yes. I'm just going to
listen. Actually was like, can you stop listening to these songs, please? I've heard this.
I'm creating.
Shut up. Hello and welcome to another episode of Trash Taste. I'm your host for today, Gance. Joining me once again are the boys, and we have another special guest today. Dillon, do you want to introduce yourself to our crowd?
Yeah, my name is Dillon Gu. I am an animator. I've been animating for like 12 years now. YouTube for like 12 years as well, which is kind of crazy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And I run a studio on YouTube, and I used to work on Ruby. RWBY.
And you are one of the newest members of GeeX Plus as well.
Yes.
Well, welcome to the ever-growing cult.
Welcome to the team. Welcome to the family, or as Malin wants to call it.
It's a cult.
There's a lot of stuff I want to ask you. I want to talk about Japan. I want to talk about everything. But I guess Ruby, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's sick.
How the hell did that come around? How did you start? How did you learn? How did you get this? Like, I want to know all this story.
Yeah, we want the whole Dillon Gu lore.
Oh God, the whole lore is gonna be longer.
Give us the lore.
Bro, we got 2 hours. We got plenty of time.
I want to hear the lore. How did you get into animating, and then subsequently, how did you get into Ruby? I mean, that's kind of a crazy thing to start with.
Yeah, well, Ruby, I mean, it's pretty directly related because the only reason why I started animating in the first place was because of Monty. So Monty is the creator of Ruby, and he unfortunately passed away basically after season 2 of Ruby. He was probably one of my biggest inspirations for animation. Like, his fights are incredible. If you guys haven't seen them, you guys just
have seen them.
I've seen them. Yeah,
I've seen them.
Dude, it's amazing. So I watched that when I was like in middle school, and I was like, I could probably do that. Anyway, great guy. So I was like, I'm gonna start animating. I started learning I don't know, like Maya or something. And I was like 13 years old, and I decided that no, fuck that, that's too hard.
Yeah.
So I gave up, immediately gave up animating, and then went into filmmaking for like 2 years, and then decided after college to try it again. So it was literally like, I didn't think it was possible. And then eventually I actually started picking it up and posting stuff on YouTube, basically directly inspired by Monty's stuff. So I did fight scenes. I did a lot of like Minecraft fight scenes.
Oh, wow.
Of course.
Wait, what was the 1v1?
Well, I did the very first one I did was Herobrine versus
Let's go.
all the mobs and shit.
Yeah.
And it was called Gods Don't Bleed. That shit was like, God, it is like 12 years old now. I don't know. It's crazy. And
can we see this? Can we pull up Gods Don't Bleed?
You pull it up.
Dillon Gu?
Yeah. Dude, that.
God, I haven't heard the word Herobrine in so long.
That's like a sleeper agent thing for me.
Yeah.
Epic Minecraft.
Epic.
Oh my God.
That's how you know it's 2012.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Wait, how many views did this?
15
Holy
million.
15 million views?
Well, you opened with a Bible quote? Wait, that goes hard.
It sets the scene, you know?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Me when I'm 10, this goes hard. That's so cool, though. I mean, even now, like, this is...
Yeah, for a 12-year-old
This is
animation.
insane.
Well,
It
you can
holds
see
up.
it, like, composition.
It holds up.
So how old were you when you made this?
I was 18.
18.
Yeah.
God damn.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's like...
Oh, Herobrine's
like-
the goat.
Oh my
The
God.
camera angles are great.
Yeah.
Like, this
Thank
is
you.
like,
Was
seriously,
this
like...
so did you go to film school or anything like that?
No.
So all self-taught?
Yes. Yeah. I'm fully self-taught. I actually majored in computer science.
Bro, you're so fucking Asian. Straight
up.
Majored in computer science. Actually, I'm gonna quit my job to do animation.
Because you got to do something on the surface to make your Asian parent proud, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, the story is like exactly that. Because I was originally going to be a dentist.
Okay.
So I disappointed my parents a little bit.
Did become a doctor.
Yeah,
Okay.
I did become a doctor. But
Hell yeah.
I switched to computer science specifically because I made this actually.
Right.
I was like, hey, I actually kind of want to do animation now. And my parents were like,
No.
nah.
How about computers?
Yeah, but you
though?
like computers? Okay, how about computer science? And I was like, all right, fine, whatever, it's fine. And then I went through with that, and it was actually pretty fun. I like programming, so it worked out. And then like 2-3 years in, I tried to drop out of school.
Okay.
And they were definitely not happy about that. So that conversation didn't go well. So I finished the degree.
Yeah. You got the paper.
So you try to leave, lost the battle. You're like, all right, I'll stick.
Yeah, I was like, okay, you guys, at least I'm not a dentist. It's fine. I will take that.
Do you regret finishing it, or you're like, yeah?
I mean, it's good to have a bachelor's to be.
Yeah, it's good for backup.
Yeah,
I would actually agree that you should just go out and finish your degree. Just in case. You never know what's going to happen, especially in the world of online content creation.
Totally.
Yeah.
But you know, if it works, it works. So I want to know, you made this when you're 18 and you said you were self-taught. How much work did it take for you to go from like, I would assume like 0 watching a Monty animation to make it something like this? Because this is actually pretty fucking impressive for a first piece of work.
This was on Maya, right?
This is Blender actually.
Oh, Blender. Okay.
Yeah. But basically the same thing.
Yeah.
This was actually this is within the first year I started learning. So I basically went into, the best way I can describe it as a hyperbolic time chamber. During winter break of that first semester, I was in a biology major and I was like, I hate this. So during winter break, right after that, I was like, I'm just going to do animation because I've wanted to do it for so long and just see what happens. So for the next month that I had off, I was, I didn't leave the house and I was just animating and figuring out the whole software for like 16 hours a day.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And that got me to a point where I could at least start like making my own rigs and my own models at the very least. And then I started animating a little after that. Did like a couple test animations, and then I was like, make a video. And then I made that one.
God damn. You made it sound so easy.
Like, animating is one thing, but you've got like composition here, the way you're shooting this. Like that's also like a separate, different skill set.
Yeah.
It's also
True.
entirely hard to learn.
I do have to say, because I tried animation when I was like 13 years old and I gave up on it, I did do film for a while. So actually like directing like films and knowing like camera angles and stuff like that and practicing that particular skill set separately definitely helped.
Oh,
Like,
for sure.
That translates pretty well to animation. once you-
Totally.
once you hang it.
Totally.
Yeah.
Damn. That's so cool
So
though.
I was lucky on that regard.
So,
Yeah.
so you did this, and presumably you were uploading animations like this for a little while on YouTube.
Yeah.
What was then the next? How did that transition to getting like working for other people or like getting involved with that?
I think Ruby was probably the craziest thing. I mean, kind of crazy in a lot of ways, but like I was actually trying to find a job right in that same year because I was graduating that year. I applied to so many places for animation. I didn't have an animation degree,
Right.
and like I didn't use Maya like everyone else. So I was like making my reel and like showing to a bunch of people. I didn't land a single job.
Oh wow.
Like I got like
That's
maybe
crazy.
Yeah, I got like one interview maybe. And like nobody was like looking at my stuff, I guess, because you know a lot of people, to be fair, only look at like the art schools and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to computer science. You know,
I guess that degree's about to come in handy.
I was like, all right, that's it. They were right. They were right.
That's crazy to me that you can literally just show them what you've made.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, it was on Blender, so
Yeah.
No.
A lot of people are a little purist on that. And to be fair, there's also just like the training costs, you know, that they're like compared to a student who knows Maya.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was not getting any jobs, and then basically right before that, I'd already known because Monty passed away. Like I think it was in February of that year.
Right.
And so when it was coming around to like around May time, and I was like looking for jobs, I didn't actually apply to Rooster Teeth because I don't think they had a listing there. But I was posting. I had like this dedicated project to Monty because he was such an inspiration. So I just kind of made something that was like kind of Ruby-esque. And I called it Project Monty at the time. That was just like a short little project. I did a bunch of fight scenes. And it ended up getting noticed by Rooster Teeth. And they reached out to me and they were sort of like, hey, are you like in school? Like, are you looking for work? And I was like, well, as it turns out, I'm graduating in like a month and I don't have a job lined up. And they're like, oh, cool. Why don't you come by the office? Where are you located? And I'm like, that's a good question. I don't know where the office is located. So I looked it up. It's 5 minutes away.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Dude, it was actually insane.
That's so lucky.
Yeah, because I went to school in Austin.
Right.
Which is where Rooster Teeth was located.
Yeah.
And I had no idea where their office was. And
That is so fortunate. Holy shit.
yeah. So like once I started work, I didn't even have to move. I just commuted
Right.
Wow.
That's
It's like a
insanely
20-minute
lucky.
walk to work.
Yeah.
Insanely lucky. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
That was
Stars
great.
align.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, that was Ruby. I'm working on Ruby was really, really cool. I think it was probably the most I've learned in a short amount of time. Because there was just so many things that they did there that were just like, damn, I never thought about that. Especially with like how they choreograph fight scenes and stuff. I learned a lot of stuff from Shane, who worked with Monty for a while at the studio. And he was an incredible teacher. And then eventually I left Ruby specifically to pursue YouTube again. And then I never got another job ever since.
Just went your own way.
Yeah.
Unemployed since then.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah.
You're like, if I'm not going to get a job, I'm going to do it myself.
What made you want to go back to YouTube then after working on Ruby?
It's so I feel like I can talk about this now because Rooster Teeth is gone. So there happened to have been a clause in the contract that said I can't work on animations outside.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, like an exclusivity contract.
Exclusivity.
Right.
Is that legal?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess, maybe.
Yeah.
No, I guess, yeah.
You know,
it's a bit different from a non-compete, right? It's
Yeah. It to me, I was just like, well, I just can't do YouTube anymore.
Yeah.
Sucks.
And I was like, I still wanted to do YouTube. And like, if I'm going to do it, then I really need to make sure that like I dedicate myself to it. So at that point I was like, I might as well just leave, just for a bit, try it, see if it works, you know? And it happened to work out pretty well. And actually now, Shane works for me. So
Oh.
Wow.
yeah,
How the tables have turned.
yeah. I got him back into animation, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Oh my God.
That's loud.
That's quite rare.
So is he allowed to do YouTube on the side then?
No. I'm just kidding.
Bring it back.
Yeah, you know, our forefathers, you know.
You just gotta go in a reverse card. In a reverse card.
Yeah, no, we're super chill. Like anybody can work for anybody at our studio. Like we're not like we have no non-competes at all.
So
yeah.
What year did this happen where you kind of went to YouTube?
That was 2016, I think.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's when probably animation was still like doing super well on YouTube at the time? Or?
It was right around the tail end of that.
God.
Yeah.
Because then it kind of went rough. Was that scary at all? Because if you don't have viewers, kind of like, I don't know when YouTube did it, maybe 2017, 18 is when they kind of changed how they kind of,
The
for
algorithm.
watch time.
Yeah.
Watch time was a big shift. So then animations got really cooked.
Yeah.
I guess.
No, it was scary because at the very beginning when I first quit Rooster Teeth, like the first video I made, because I was posting stuff that got 1 million views consistently, and I was like, sick, right? This is cool. And then I was like, I'll just do that again. Easy.
Yeah.
But the first thing I made got like barely any views. It was like like less than 100K, you know?
Right.
And like that's pretty scary when like I just left my job.
Yeah.
Right.
Money,
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, how am I gonna recover from that? And honestly, like it was really just trial and error, like getting back to that point where you understand the algorithm a bit better. And then actually what restarted my channel, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but some people have. Overwatch Cats was like the thing that saved my channel.
What's that?
Yeah.
Well, now we got to check it
Check it out.
This,
it was if you've
I was a big I loved Overwatch when it came out. I played a lot.
Yeah,
And I remember it was like it was massive.
Overwatch with cats.
it's literally just Overwatch but with cats. It's like it's
Okay, so
exactly what it
the
sounds like.
Okay.
Yeah, you can watch the first one. That one's it's just all the highlight intros. So all the highlight intros, imagine if instead of the characters, it's the cat versions of those characters
Okay.
with funny little names.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's
cute.
so sick.
Yeah.
So what inspired you to do this?
Well, desperation.
I think it's also just understanding that cats on the internet is just the forever content. You
Let's
know?
just add cats and something from nerd culture and then see what happens.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it worked. I mean, ultimately, like the cat stuff came from one of my originals that I made. So I had like the models lying around. I was like, okay, I got a cat model. And then I was like, I could actually make something really fun and cute. Because I was playing Overwatch. I really liked Overwatch.
Yeah.
When it came out, it was so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
was crazy.
And so I was like, I'm just going to make something because I think it'd be really cute to just, execute something well, right? Because you get these ideas, the idea sounds simple, but I'm like, I think I could do it really well. And I think it could be funny.
I mean, this is clean.
Yeah.
It's really cute.
Yeah.
This is so well done.
Thank you. There's a lot of jokes in there. You know, I split it up between like the attack heroes and like the defense heroes and stuff. So we got like 4 videos out of that. And then people just kept watching it. I actually sold a bunch of plushies for it, which was cool.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That was actually a lot of fun because
Fuck
they're pretty cute. And then eventually I was like, we gotta make other stuff, right? so this is actually right around the time where the Blizzard actually hired me to do like an official Overwatch Cats animation.
Oh, wow.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, for like that was actually one of our first gigs.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah, so that led into that, which led me to hiring like my first team member.
You need help, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, specifically because they asked me to do it.
Of course, an
and then
unreasonable deadline.
didn't tell me any information until like a week before the
Yeah, sounds all right.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, that's gonna be impossible.
Sounds like corporate.
Yeah, I don't think I slept that week.
Yeah.
Like, actually, but it worked out. It came out and it was really
What was
good.
the video?
It was for Anna. I think she had like a new skin coming out.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
I like
Bas-
Anna. I like
Bastet.
Anna.
Yeah, she's cool.
It's good support
Good
character.
support.
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah. And
So
that was the studio, the first studio gig technically.
Hell yeah.
So how did that transition to getting the same overlords as, like, I guess me? Because the way I discovered Dillon
Yeah.
was I was hired, I was sponsored, I should say, to watch a bunch of so Hoyoverse have this, like, I don't even know how this works, but it's like fan content, but it's fan content that they hire, like, that they hire themselves, right?
Okay.
So it's not like the same one that we judged. It's what's the event called again?
Something fair.
Hoyo
right?
Fair.
Hoyo Fair, that's
yeah.
it. Where it's just a bunch of like fan animations and fan content, but it's like super actually fucking high quality. It's
Yeah.
insane what some of these creators
Yeah.
can do, and you are one of the creators on that.
Right.
And he made some Genshin animations, and they were fucking insane.
right.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was interesting because Hoyo Fair, when they first reached out to me, wasn't really that established yet.
Right.
I think it was like maybe the first or second year that they were doing it. And they originally, fun fact, they originally wanted Genshin but with cats. Yeah, so that's actually how that started.
I'm sure that would have also crushed.
It also would have done well. Yeah, it would have won.
But I guess if you kept going on with that, you would have been pigeonholed. into the-
Yeah,
the
exactly.
You're the
game
cat-
with
you're the
cats.
cat
Yeah,
guy.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I was like, I gave them a proposal. I was like, what if we did like kind of like full on 3D people anime type stuff?
Yeah.
Because we were working on that on the side. Like in the back end, we were doing like these YouTube videos. We did like Demon Slayer with cats for a bit. You know, got to branch out. You
I
know?
get it.
Looking back, you're like, shit, guys.
There's a lot of stuff.
Pay the bills. Pay the
Yeah,
bills.
yeah, exactly. And then I was working on like the human anime type stuff, and it's very like Studio Orange inspired.
Yeah.
So we were just like trying to get that researched and developed for our workflow, and we were at a point where I was like, I think we can actually make something now with this. And so I proposed to Genshin. I was like, what if we just made like kind of like an anime clip? And they're like, yeah, okay, sure, we'll try it. We'll, you know, we've never seen you make anything like that, but okay, fair enough. And they let us try it, and we ended up making Nameless Road was the first one that we made,
Right.
which was like Yelan and Dia. That was a really fun one, and people really liked it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you
honestly.
can see some of the work.
What was it called?
Nameless Road.
Nameless Road.
Yeah. I mean, looking at some of this, it's hard to tell sometimes that it's a fan animation.
Yeah. I remember
500,000 likes. Wait, how many views does it have? Jesus
5.8
Christ.
million.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. I mean, I guess for like making a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Where, you know, you look at some of this, I'm like, damn. I mean, this could easily pass as a cutscene. You know,
Yeah.
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 No
yeah,
shit.
how long does an animation like this take to make then?
This one, I believe, took us, well, by nature of necessity, took us 5 weeks.
Oh.
Something like that.
5 weeks.
It is not normal. But we did get it done in 5 weeks. Normally,
Yeah.
I would say this would be comfortably done in like 2 months or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the one
Damn.
thing that really stood out, and obviously I think it comes from
That's good.
I think it comes from like your Ruby background and your inspirations or something, but it was definitely like your fight choreography and animation. So you mentioned earlier you learned a lot from Ruby about fight choreography.
Yeah.
I've always been curious, what what goes into fight choreography? Like how do you figure that out?
Yeah, because there's a lot of anime out there that do it really, really well, and then there are some that are like, it's kind of missing something, you know?
Yeah. Honestly, the biggest easy thing you can tell if someone knows what they're doing versus if they're not familiar with fight choreography is how many cuts there are.
Right.
Generally speaking, like if there's a lot of like, and then like you focus on the punch, and then you focus on the block, and you do each one as a separate cut, that shows that like it's probably been choreographed by someone who's just writing out the beats, and then like the animator will kind of do the checklist of things.
Right.
But like if someone, it's like what we do at our studio is like we don't storyboard our fights, because we have a couple of choreographers on our team that are pretty good. So we're just like, okay, this is your section. Figure it out. And it sounds scary to a lot of people, but like the people who are like comfortable in that space, it's like the best playground. So they're able to like hold on like longer shots, like show off like actual, like martial arts, so you can actually see like the exchange of blows, versus just like, close-up cuts.
Punch.
Yeah.
Right.
So you have like a flow, like an energy flow between the characters that you can visibly see. And then we just tell them like, we'll make sure to end it this way and it's fine. And then it looks pretty good. That's the first thing. The second thing really is like understanding the, what I would call the acting part of it.
Right.
Because people kind of forget that it's still a character fighting. And so like the decisions that characters make in the middle of a fight is like very specific to the situation they're in that exact time. And if people are looking at the fight mostly as like a superficial thing of like, there's a punch, so you have to block it, it starts to feel a little bit flat. But if you think about it from the character, it's like, there's a punch coming, but what would this character in particular do to react to that?
Right.
And that's when you get into like more flow where it's like, okay, so this person's really good at like, they're really fast.
Yeah.
So they're going to be more likely to dodge. And then when they do that, is that dodge going to lead to an attack afterwards? And then you hook up that energy. And once you do that, it usually feels pretty good.
That first point you made reminds me of like this interview that I saw with Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
When he was like directing his movies, and he was like, if you notice in most like Hollywood fight scenes, as Dillon was saying, like there's a lot of like the punch comes and then the block is a different cut and then the next hit is and they cut it on the actual impact.
Yeah.
Whereas if you watch like Jackie Chan or like even Bruce Lee movies, it's just one long cut.
Yeah.
And you can actually, it feels more authentic of a fight and it feels more exciting because you can see every moment of it.
Yeah.
Still. And I guess that applies in animation.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Boys, this episode is sponsored by Shopify. Do you guys know what Shopify is by any chance?
No, tell me all about it, Joey.
I'll tell you what that is. It is an e-commerce platform that makes creating a store online super easy. Do you know how I know this? It's because Nonsense, my clothing brand, has been using it for the past 3 years.
And as Joey mentioned, Nonsense just simply wouldn't work without Shopify, and that's why you need it too. Now, Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US. From household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started. Nonsense. And you can get started with your own design studio with hundreds of ready-to-use templates. Shopify helps you build a beautiful online store to match your brand's style. And you can accelerate your content creation. Shopify is packed with helpful AI tools that write product descriptions, page headlines, and even enhance your product photography. Get the word out like you have a marketing team behind you. Easily create emails and social media campaigns wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. And best yet, Shopify is your commerce expert with world-class expertise in everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing return and beyond. If you're ready to sell, you're ready to sell on Shopify.
So guys, get ready to turn your big business idea into Joey.
Cha-ching!
Yes. With Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/trash. Go to shopify.com/trash. That is shopify.com/trash. Back to the episode.
So I was gonna say the best example of like an uncut raw fight scene. Have you guys seen The Raid?
Oh, of course, yes.
Fucking crazy. Anyway, just wanted to point that out.
I was going to ask, everything you're saying right now sounds like you are a big just martial arts movie fan.
I mean, yeah. that's true.
I feel anyone who loves fighting in film just naturally will fall into that hole,
I can also see it's in your work as well. Because
totally.
I don't know, your fights have a certain rhythm sometimes. And I don't know if it's a conscious thing you do or a subconscious thing you do.
That's a really good point. I forgot to mention one other thing that I personally do. I always choreograph the music.
That works.
That helps a lot.
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah, it helps a lot. And I don't know if that's common in anime, to be fair, because like anime, like Sakuga artists they have such incredible energy and like flow. To me, I'm like, there's got to be some sort of like backing track to their mind when they're doing this. But I don't know for sure. But for me, like whenever there's like a crescendo in the song, like that's when you have a build up for the visuals. So like that's what I use as a foundation. And then like we can change the song later and it's like kind of fine, it matches up. But like, in an ideal world, if you can get that song and the visuals to match up perfectly, it feels really good.
Yeah,
sounds
for
cool.
sure.
Well, from my limited experience of working on anime, which is like from what I've talked to with Kevin, normally they don't write music for a particular scene.
Right.
They just write a specific soundtrack, like this is a fight soundtrack or this is a slice of life-y soundtrack. So it might be, I'm sure it depends on the studio. So there might be some cases where the director has already told everyone this is the track that's going to be used for this particular cut. But sometimes, sometimes it might be a case where they decide the track afterwards, which was the case where there was a scene at the beginning of Made in Abyss that looks like a music video. It's like the opening scene of Made in Abyss where they're walking across.
Walking down,
And it syncs so perfectly that originally I thought that this was a track that was written for this scene. And it was actually the opposite way around, where they had heard the track and they were like, shit, we now want to draw something with this scene,
Right. And I guess, that works because that is such a memorable scene in Made in Abyss, even though it's just two characters walking.
Yeah, exactly.
I do remember that scene.
Yeah.
She's ref me.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I don't remember a whole lot. That's fair. I'm really bad at remembering scenes from shows. It's like the scene.
Do you have like a favorite scene that you can remember? Like if you actually do remember it, it's got to be pretty good, right?
Yeah.
From Made in Abyss, it's all the fucked up things. You remember that,
Yeah, that's true.
Poor Mitty.
Oh God.
Oh, no.
Anything that's kind of like horrific, you're like, oh, yeah, you remember that one.
Oh man.
I'd say that's more shocking than memorable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you have a martial arts experience?
I do.
Ah.
Yeah.
That explains
that explains so much. I'm like, fucking wonder this looks so good.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's good to mention. Yeah, I took Kung Fu for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But another thing that actually helps a lot is dance. So I used to dance as well.
Okay.
I did like hip hop dance stuff.
Right.
And the rhythm that is required for dance, especially dance choreography, it's like 1-to-1 to fight choreography. It's very interesting. Yeah. So that
Fuck
helps.
me, you had this much aura and you chose to do computer science? Bro, what?
No. I chose to
martial arts. And you,
Bro did all of this and was like, finna be a dentist.
I'm going to make a Minecraft movie.
Fucking insane. Oh my God.
Man. No, I just sit at my computer all day now. That's all I do, bro. Yeah, it's crazy. Dude, actually, I wonder if I stuck with Minecraft animations too.
Yeah.
Like, what would I be doing now? Because it's like the Minecraft movie came out. Like, would I be on that shit?
Honestly,
This is
if you
crazy.
continue doing Minecraft animation, you'd probably be making like a shit ton of money. as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Considering how
I've thought about it. I've thought about it. Trust me. Yeah.
It's never too late to go back.
Have more money, but would you be happy?
Yeah.
How many fucking Steve things can you do?
Honestly, a big part of my artistic I guess like journey has been, am I bored of this or not?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
If I am, I'm just like, I can't do it anymore. Like
100% agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I always thought was normal. I recently got diagnosed with ADHD. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yo,
now.
bro, welcome to the club.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, that explains a lot of my, a lot of everything.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So no Minecraft, I really wanted to do like 3D anime eventually. So that ended up working out to now we're actually doing some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah,
hell
I mean, this is being released after AX, so you should have just announced your newest project.
True.
At the time of recording, we have no idea what it is, but it's public now. So do you want to tell us more about that?
Yeah. So the IP that we're working on is an original IP that is called Soul Mart. And it is the way I've described it, it's like Cyberpunk Edge Runners meets Dandadan.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Say less.
Yeah.
Very chaotic.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So it's a cyberpunk world where nobody knows this yet, but in the back end, demons have figured out a way to buy souls through capitalism. So there's demonic products where if you buy it, you technically sell a part of your soul without realizing it. And one of those products is an energy drink called awake.exe. and it is like how you reach for
Not
that.
Prime.
No. That's yeah. Well, maybe next time they have interest. But yeah, that is what the main character Kiaru ends up drinking to stay awake and do his whole thing.
Yeah.
And finds out that basically he has a countdown until the next time he has to drink it or he dies.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And because he's drinking it, he can't fall asleep. So he's going to be just awake perpetually until he figures out how to break this curse.
Fucking hell.
And that's what the story's about. So he ends up meeting like this demon hunter girl who has no idea what the fuck she's doing. But she's trying to be helpful because nobody knows that demons exist except she's like been insisting on it.
Right.
And then they find a demon and then they go on an adventure to figure out who actually, how to break the curse basically.
Sick.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man.
Hell yeah,
fun.
dude. That sounds dope.
That sounds sick.
Yeah. It's an action comedy / horror. So yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Dope.
And you have a trailer we can watch?
We should. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see. Yeah.
I'm down. I'm down.
Please.
I want to
Yeah.
see this.
So this trailer would have been played at AX at this time, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Back to work.
Actually, Mr. Rita, demons do not exist.
What the hell is that?
You're out of time, sweetheart.
Yeah. Hello, beloved customer. Please
Yeah.
refrain from breaking and entering.
Why is there a countdown on me?
You drank our newest product, didn't you? Soon you'll be sleeping permanently.
Oh
And your
shit.
soul will
Yeah.
out.
Gotta have some fight stuff.
Yeah, gotta have some fights.
Sign the receipt.
So, if I fall asleep, I die.
Yeah, pretty much.
Don't worry, I'll save you. I'm a demon hunter.
What kind of demon hunter is scared of demons?
Salt! Demons are weak to salt!
Now, you're gonna tell me how to break this curse.
Wanna know? Why don't we strike a deal?
My dad said never to strike deals with demons.
I got this. Talk to me, you little shit!
Okay, I'll talk.
Wanna pick the curse? You'll have to bring it up with upper management.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Huh? Hey, what are you doing? Hey, put me down! Hey, guys! Where's he taking me?
I love how you didn't forget to put a cat in.
Guys?
I just realized that.
So true.
Dude, that looks
branding.
fucking awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's sick,
Fuck
dude.
yeah.
Thank you,
Fuck
thank you.
yeah, man.
Well, hopefully people at AX love it too.
Yeah.
When do you think it's gonna come out? When,
I can't
No-
say
no
an
rush?
exact date.
okay,
Right,
you
yeah.
don't tell me,
It'll come out
Yeah,
when
yeah,
it comes
but
out.
when it's ready. Yeah,
Yeah.
when it's ready.
So how long have you been working on this?
At least a year. So we've been writing it for a while. We have like the whole first season, and we're actually working on a webcomic as well.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that'll probably come out first, probably later this year,
Right.
and then the anime will come out after that. Yeah.
Fuck. I got to ask.
Yeah.
So because, we both announced our project at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm so curious what everyone's creative process is.
Yeah.
What was your where did you even start with this? Like, what were your inspirations? How the fuck did you start with everything? I want to know it all.
Yeah, honestly, like the idea is the hardest part.
Yeah.
Like when you first try to figure out what direction you want to go.
Yeah.
So for me, it kind of goes back to what I said about like fight choreography. I just listened to music, so much music. I was like, what kind of songs give me like the most kind of inspiration or like really hit that exact emotional target that I want to reach for the story?
Holy shit, bro. Same, man. You're speaking to my soul.
Let's go. Yeah, it helps so much.
I actually have a playlist of the same playlist of songs that I listened to as I was writing my project.
Yes,
So-
dude. Oh my god, I have like 2 songs specifically,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
like
yeah.
2 to 4 songs, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I just put that on loop, and I'm like, okay,
Oh my god.
I'm just gonna
Sydney
listen.
actually was like, can you stop listening to these fucking songs, please? I've heard this.
I'm creating.
Shut up.
Yeah, it's part of the process. What
Yeah.
are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it helps a lot, but it is very repetitive. So, yeah,
Honestly,
honestly,
do you do this thing where you listen to a song and you're like, I know the exact scene this goes to,
oh yeah,
and you're like writing the scene as you're listening to the song?
yeah.
Oh, fuck, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I thought I was the weird one because like when I was little, I used to listen to like certain songs,
Yeah.
and I would imagine anime openings that would go with.
Dude, yeah.
that's how it starts.
It's the same thing. It's literally the same.
I'm like,
thing.
oh, I can see like in this pause, like there's like a close-up
Yeah.
shot or like action scene here and blah
Yeah.
blah blah. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I thought I was the weird one for doing
because
that.
like there are shows that are like such big inspirations to me, like Foolie Cooley, for example.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, there are so many shows where, to me, I personally really, really value music. Like, I mean, that's why I got Kevin on my project.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like settle for anything less. It's because for me, that tells as much as much of the story in some places where it can speak when characters don't speak, and it can get you into like the mood and zone for the exact emotions that you want to convey in the certain scene. And yeah, like shows like Foolie Cooley, Zanki no Terra, shows like that where music plays such a big part was a big part of my creative process as well, as I'm finding out it's yours as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say like the music for sure is half of the storytelling.
Yeah.
Like you can't underestimate it.
Totally.
Yeah.
Then how do you find the music, or how do you find someone to help you make the music? Or do you do it yourself, or?
I mean, I do compose music, but I haven't done it for any of our projects yet.
Yeah.
I just kind of do it for fun. But the musicians we work with are fantastic. So I've worked with a couple that are just, they've been with us for a while. For
Really
like,
easy to work with. Someone.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like when you find a musician that you feel like really resonates with like the vision for the project, and they do that multiple times in a row, and I'm like, we're working together.
You're coming with me.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but that's
As someone who doesn't make things that sound hard like these, at what point does the idea go from being like, that would be cool, to I'm actually going to try and make this happen now? Like, what is there like a point where it ticks over where you're like, I think I have enough of an idea where I can start to flesh this out a bit? Or is it you're always fleshing out everything until it's ready, then you're like, okay, let's go for it?
That's a great question. I think honestly it has to do with, because I'm outside of the creative side, I'm also very practical. So like if I don't have a way that I know that like this piece of art is actually going to be viable in some way, then I don't really flesh it out as much as I should.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So like for this show, for example, you know, it was after we got like the webcomic started that I was like, okay, I can really pursue this. And we developed like the entire season, all the characters and everything as much as possible. But we had the idea before that too. But it was just like, I had like 1 out of like 10 ideas I was considering. And I was like, which one has like the most, like, I guess like foundation for like a really, really good project for this particular medium. And I was like, okay, we'll do that one. It'll be a fun action comedy. I love action comedy.
Yeah.
And it worked out that way.
Yeah, I feel like action animation is always inherently going to do better on like an online platform.
Oh, true.
You know, because I think a big way that modern anime or modern shows gets spread around is just cool looking sequences. Honestly, a lot of the times.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
Dude, Demon Slayer episode 19 was insane. Like people, I didn't think Demon Slayer was actually doing that well at the beginning of the show. Yeah. Like the first season, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. You know, it's really pretty. But then like when that episode came out, it was everywhere. Like I saw it everywhere.
It blew up overnight. Because I remember I was watching Demon Slayer as well back then. And I was like, like the same. I was like, it's okay. It went from like nobody really watching it or nobody really publicly talking about it, at least in the Western sphere, to suddenly it was everywhere. Anime of the year, anime of the decade, you know, one episode changed everything.
Yeah.
Broke world records for the theater
movie.
release.
Yeah. Ninja talked about it. And
I remember that.
Oh, that's too much. Oh,
I
God.
hate that when you started talking about it, I literally thought, I remember Ninja tweeting that. And that was like, everyone was like, oh God, no, he's talking about it.
Yeah. Because that was the time when anime was just like, you know, it was still... People knew about anime, but not many people were in like the mainstream sphere.
Yeah, they weren't as open about it publicly.
That's so true. Yeah.
Well, what was the biggest anime before then in the Western world?
Probably One Punch Man, Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Attack on Titan was
Attack on Titan.
big, but not as big as...
It's too complicated.
Yes. Yeah.
Too many politics.
Too much politics going on.
Yeah.
So what made you choose this project specifically to us? Was it just the action comedy aspect or was there anything else?
Yes, good question. So from a story perspective, the themes in particular, I felt like were really relevant to today because it is it talks about hypercapitalism. It talks about people not really fitting into like the current system of how things work. Because I think a lot of people, especially like the younger generation going into the workforce, don't really feel like they quite belong. There's so many things that are just like they feel weird, like the corporate culture and stuff like that. The demons in this show are corporate, so they all have roles and like manager roles and like ties and stuff, and they're very like uptight about that stuff, which is fun. But it's kind of like, it has this theme of like, it's okay not to fit into this particular structure and like this world that we have right now, and to try to carve out a place for yourself. And that's kind of what the two main characters are trying to do, because they don't fit in at all.
Yeah.
One of them is like a history graduate, never got a job. The other one is like a graffiti artist who is being forced to become a police officer because his dad is like a detective, and he doesn't want to go down that path. So it's a very like I think relatable story.
Yeah.
This episode is sponsored by Manscaped. Fellas, Smooth Sack Summer is officially in session. So if your grooming game's been a little wild lately, this is your sign to tighten up downstairs and beyond.
Nabby, throw it to me. I have the Manscaped kit right. Oh, we have more? Is there more? I have both Manscaped kits right here. And look, at Anime Expo, you need to make sure you're grooming well because nobody else is. Up your grooming game with this amazing kit.
What you got right there is the Lawn Mower 5.0 Ultra.
We've teamed up with the Testicular Cancer Society, a registered 501c3 nonprofit organization, to bring awareness to men's health while helping you level up your self-care routine.
So if you want to look good, feel good, and do good, grab the TCS Ball Hero bundle while supplies last. Get 15% off your entire order with code TRASH at manscaped.com. Visit manscaped.com/TCS to learn more about how to check yourself or make a donation to @TC Society today to save lives and balls.
Back to the episode.
And I got to ask you this because it got asked to me as well.
Okay.
Several times.
Okay.
So what's the business plan? How are you making money for this? How are you funding this?
Merch. So much merch. Yep, that's the story. That's it. That's all I gotta do.
I mean, the character designs and everything, and the wall looks so sick.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at it through my like merch brain, and I'm thinking like, oh yeah, we can make a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah. Honestly,
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Did all of us unintentionally fund the start of this as well?
The part of it, yeah. Yeah. They helped a little bit for sure. Did a couple good projects. Yeah.
Same daddy. Thank you,
Same
daddy.
daddy.
Thank you, Daddy
Boyo.
Yes.
For funding 2 projects now.
But big shout out to Katakabo too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're helping out a lot, and that's gonna be really, really cool to work with them.
Yeah, I mean, when I heard you were like signing on for Geeks Plus, I was like, yeah, I'm excited because you do some exciting stuff. So
Thank you.
I am very, very excited to see how this project kind of like evolves as time goes on.
Is the goal to eventually just be doing kind of like all original animations and kind of, you know, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
To be able to do whatever you want.
Yeah, that is the goal for sure. Like if the studio itself can exist solely on its own IPs, not only is that like more fun for everybody, but also I think it's just a better business model.
Sounds a lot like Trigger. It reminds me of Trigger a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, how they do it. They kind of like.
Well, also like I feel just on the YouTube landscape as well, like animation, especially indie animation, is kind of coming back in a really strong way. You know, like if you look at like Glitch, for example, right? Like they absolutely changed the, you know, they've basically brought back animation on YouTube.
Yeah.
Almost single-handedly.
I agree.
And then I don't know if you've seen their like new show, the new pilot.
Is that
they released.
Gaslight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so sick.
It's so pretty, dude.
It's so pretty.
It's crazy. I don't even know how.
But there's like, it's kind of like, I guess for a lot of like these indie animators, it's almost like brought them a little bit of hope of like, oh, you know, now the avenue is actually back open again.
Yes.
In a cool
way.
way.
I think like it's good because when there is a something that blows up this much, these companies are like scrambling to find the next one. Yeah. And so they end up being like, money, please, just make another this. Can you make this?
Yeah.
Can you make something that makes this much money? Yeah. And then, you know, they'll, you know, it's the same thing that happened with, do you watch Bluey?
Yeah.
Yes.
So apparently like Bluey is, I cannot like, I don't know, maybe we can get some kind of information. Bluey is so disgustingly big. Like as a show.
It's huge. Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking massive.
It is dwarfing anything. Nothing is even close to it in terms of popularity.
It's got a 9.3 on IMDb. That's crazy.
Can you Google how much did Disney pay to be able to stream it? So Disney doesn't make it, but Disney paid to get it on their platform, and they paid an ungodly amount of money.
Right.
And it is so much. Like Bluey is so popular, in fact, that like. People when kids would go to Disneyland, they would get fucking upset apparently, and this is a problem in Disneyland because there was no fucking Bluey there. Oh, because they don't own Bluey.
Right.
They just had the streaming rights. 145 million a year, is that? What the fuck? I don't know.
No, maybe go back.
no.
Yeah.
There was some kind of news reports about it, but it was like, it was an 2 billion.
2 billion.
Yeah, it's like, and apparently Disney and other companies were, because it's an Australian animation, apparently they were just going around trying to find Australian animation studios to make children animations, because they were like, this is the key, being Australian, clearly. Apparently they were just throwing money at different animation companies to try and get another Bluey.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
so funny.
if you think that like this could be like worth 2 billion,
Yeah.
you know, if you're Disney, okay, I've got a couple of billion we could throw around.
Well,
how many
Glitch
things
was
do you-
also is
Yeah.
this also Australian?
They're
right?
also Australian.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
So how? Like,
yeah.
And so when people,
So Smiling Friends.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
true.
Maybe it is the
Wait a
secret
minute.
sauce. Well, hold on a
Hold up.
Wait.
Oh, shit.
And I
Let's go,
obviously,
Aussie.
a lot of the business plan is, hey, if we fund 100 different animations and one of them turns into Bluey or Glitch or whatever, it's like you've made your money.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
so true.
Totally.
It's I think a lot of these companies. So it's good. It's good. It's good
Yeah.
that there's finally the interest is being paid to animation.
Shit, I gotta
that it
move to
deserves.
Australia. If, that's what money's going.
If you were to label yourself as Australian animation, Disney would be on the door right now. Both of you. You fucked up. Ask Joey to be
So
the leader.
true. Oh my God.
You fools!
I will represent you.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like, could you imagine? You're like, it must be the country.
Yeah.
Something in the
They've just
water.
done it right down there.
The pattern recognition brain is just like,
yeah.
We figured it out.
It's so stupid. I mean, it's good. It's good. There's more money than animation.
Yeah.
It's good
Yeah,
that
yeah,
there's
yeah.
more projects being funded, and you know, it's good. It's good to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, Joey, you were in an indie animation as well, weren't you?
I was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
What?
Yeah, I was in an animation called fuck, I forgot the name of it already.
Oh wait, the one we spoke Japanese?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something murder. Yeah, that was which was also an Australian production.
I know it. Yo,
Oh my god, what was the name of it?
I know what you're talking about. I
I'm
forgot
so
the name of it,
sorry,
too.
my mind is blanking right now. I will look
it
it
does
up.
You
have
look
the
like
word murder.
Sasuke in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm my character's called Sosuke. So it's not quite.
Amazing.
Oh, The Art of Murder. That's the
Yeah.
other one.
I remember
The
seeing
Art
that
of
one.
Murder.
That was sick.
Yeah.
That was also an Australian
Chocolate chip
chip animation.
Ah,
They're
yeah,
also,
yeah,
yeah. Studios.
they're also Australians.
Looks so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I'm the guy on the top left there.
Oh yeah, that's a Sasuke.
Well, hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully get some funding.
And yeah, that did really well too. I think the first episode got like 2 million views,
Yeah.
2.5 million views, something like that.
That's good.
Yeah, so it did really, really well. Yeah, but like just they got 2.6 million. But yeah, like just seeing that and just like all these like new indie animations cropping back up and it actually getting like a pretty widespread recognition as well on an algorithm that is still not fit for animation. I think it's just telling that people just fucking love animation.
Well,
Yeah,
I think that's why
yeah.
they've become like the episodes, right? Like 20 minutes. Like I
Yeah.
think that's been proving quite successful.
Oh, totally.
Because merch has kind of made a lot of things possible now. I think, like, because before, you know, it was really hard to make merchandise.
Yep.
And that was, it's become a lot easier.
Yeah.
So I think
Totally.
that's kind of financially, at least, made it more viable.
Absolutely.
Obviously
Yeah.
for yourself as well.
Yeah. And when
Yeah.
you make an IP like this, it's like you can open up the avenue for merch as well, which can be hard if you're sometimes if you're just like a fucking face cam YouTuber or something. You're just like,
True.
all right, how do I market me? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just put your face on a bunch of t-shirts.
Yeah,
easy.
But that's why VTubers just have like the fucking
True.
easiest life hack of all time. Because
exactly.
they can be themselves and also they are their own product, which looks good aesthetically as well.
Yeah.
Why do you think I made my own avatar back in the day? I was like, ain't no one gonna buy a shirt with this face
Oh
on it.
man, I wish I thought that far ahead. Holy shit.
I mean, I didn't make much until I got the little monkey design.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Oh, God, the monkey's
It just
cute.
works.
It makes it
Yeah.
so much easier to make stuff.
Absolutely.
Because I don't want to have my face on something. That's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah. I mean, I've been a VTuber for a long time.
Yeah,
Actually,
I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was also the main reason. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
this is gonna be way easier to do like anything branding related with.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
You're exposing your face on this show.
Technically, yeah. I don't really show my face on my channel, but I have been recently, to be fair, a little bit more. But like I show my face in other places, like other channels. Like I don't.
Yeah, you're not trying to hide it or anything.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
just
not
like,
trying to-
No, you're breaking the illusion.
Yeah. Oh shit.
He's not a cat.
Ain't no way.
That's so sick, man. I really hope this it goes well for you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
It's,
Yeah, super exciting.
I mean, I think all of us have worked with you actually.
Yeah.
So it's been a pleasure.
Oh,
I want to tell a story.
Yeah, okay,
because
okay.
the first time we officially worked together
Yeah.
was, of course, on a Hoyoverse project.
Yep.
But we were judges for the Star Rail fan competition.
Which I'm judging this year, by the way.
We're judging this year. Holy shit, you are so much more qualified than we were.
I was shocked. I was like, you're getting us to judge this shit? Like, we can barely draw.
It didn't really feel fair. I felt bad because I'm like, who am I to judge?
Yeah, totally.
But you have a gut reaction to things at the very least. You know,
it doesn't mean it's right.
But I remember, so for that competition, Dillon made a fan animation with basically our characters from Star Rail. Basically like the vagrants that we cameoed as.
Yeah.
And the animation was already like pretty much done, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, we were working on it for a while before.
Yeah, so we basically had to dub it, right? And so you basically recorded the exact cadence of how the lines were meant to sound.
Yeah.
And most like what I expected was just like, okay, just like a cold read of the line.
Yeah.
But he somehow basically did an impression of all three of us and got our cadence down perfectly.
I was like, I don't think this needs dubbing. He's done it.
Yeah. So to explain a little bit about that process, about why that had to happen, it's because like the animators had to lip sync the audio before we got the actual recordings. Because I actually asked, Hoyoverse, like, do we have a schedule for like, the recordings and stuff? And they're like, oh, like we don't really know when that's gonna happen. And I was like, okay, I understand.
Right.
So I was like, the only way we're gonna get like an accurate performance from the animators is if I study you guys and figure out how you guys talk, and then make that just good enough for people to actually get the idea.
It was
across.
Really entertaining trying to do an Australian accent.
Yeah, it wasn't good. I'm not gonna pretend like it was good, bro. Yeah, I tried my best, dude.
No, it was good. It was funny. I was like, okay, I just have to do exactly that.
I was like, God damn, this is Joey right now.
Yeah, I'm sure it was very convincing. Yeah, but yeah, that was fun. The thing is, like, if I didn't do that, like, if I was just like reading it as like me, like I feel like like there wouldn't be laughter at the right times. There wouldn't be like an expression at the right time, or even just like the poses and stuff would feel different.
Yeah.
Because the energy would be different, So I was just like, I gotta put on my acting glasses, which animators apparently all have.
Yeah.
But never show anyone. So that's what I had to do. It was just part of the job, But I'm glad you guys liked it.
I mean, dude, it made our jobs way easier. So thank you for that.
That was funny.
Yeah.
I appreciated your take on everyone.
Yeah.
I love how you made his voice a lot lower.
Yeah, you made his voice a lot lower, a lot more pompous as well. Yeah, I remember.
It was just gone, but just
That is me.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But yeah, that was a fun project to work on.
Yeah, it turned out really well.
Yeah.
I thought it was really fun animation. It'll probably be on screen now, and maybe
Yeah,
show you
we can check it out. It's fun.
And then I also did the thing with Mouse as well.
Yeah.
And that was fun. You did that voice too.
I did do that voice as well.
And that was really funny as well.
Yeah.
It was like me, but more British. I was like, damn, he's got it.
Yeah, that was like that sounds like the main takeaway. So we're gonna do that now. Yeah,
that was fun though. But that animation was crazy.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That one actually, I think my favorite part about that was writing it, because the story for that one was a lot of fun. It was just like this really like character-driven story for like 5 minutes, which we don't really get to do as much because we usually do fight stuff, and like that one was a little bit less fight-oriented. We had some fights in there still, because of course,
yeah.
But it was so much more like emotional than we usually do, which I really like to lean into. So,
And the music video was great.
Yeah, thank you.
The music video was crazy.
Yeah.
How much did that take? For curiosity.
That one, production-wise, for now, I think it's 2 months.
How many people do you have working for you now?
So technically, like, because we have a lot of contractors, it's like probably 50 people.
What?
Yeah. But
50?
Yeah, the core team is closer to like 15 to 20.
And you bring people on depending on the project if they're available.
Yeah.
So that's fucking massive.
It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people, yeah. But it's also the reason why we're able to get projects done relatively quick.
Yeah.
Like I think, like, to be fair, like half of that is animators.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah, and I guess you can take on more clients too, so it's not.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it helps, especially because so the way our productions work is we have like pre-production and then like the animation itself.
Yeah.
And then like the post-production. And so we try to like overlap it in a way where like the animators always have the next project
something
ready to go.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Although I think it should be bleeding a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's tough, man. You got to be a business owner and be like, knowledgeable on how it all works too.
Yeah.
It's a hard skill.
How much time do you do managing now? Considering that sounds like a
I manage a lot now. It's definitely like I'm doing multiple full-time jobs for sure.
Welcome to the content creator life, baby.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. My God, yeah. You say that again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's ultimately for something that I enjoy doing, so it
Yeah,
works
yeah,
out.
exactly.
Yeah. But I wouldn't recommend it. Like,
Fuck no.
running a studio is a lot of work. Actually, a lot of animators kind of talk about this too, because a lot of animators think about, oh, like I want to open a studio one day. I had like one person come up to me and just be like, how do I get to a point where I can get my own studio and like do what you guys do? And I'm like, do you know how to animate yourself? And he's like, no.
Because you got to be employee number one.
Yeah.
You got to be animator number one.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Like you can't just have, well, I mean, if you're super rich, I guess you could hire.
If you have a lot of money to burn and a lot of trial and error and a lot of like good connections,
just not
maybe
a good way to do it.
It's not great. Yeah. But honestly, like if you want to make a studio, you're going to have to be prepared to do like, still like more than 50% of the work.
Yeah, fill in all the gaps.
Yeah. A good amount of time. Yeah. I fill in a lot of gaps even now. Like right now I'm still like modeling the characters for our show. And I don't do as much animation these days, but I'll do like 1 or 2 shots here and there.
Yeah.
But yeah, our team is great. They do a lot.
Hey boys, we're all the way at Anime Expo right now, but this episode of Trash Taste is sponsored by Vessi.
We didn't even know we were filming a Vessi integration today. We just happen to wear Vessis every single day.
We always have Vessis no matter where we go. They're perfect for every single occasion. Rain, sleet, snow, shine.
Even if you want to wear it all day at an anime convention like we did, they're the perfect shoes.
I've been walking around all day and my feet feel like feathers right now.
Ooh, I'm floating.
This is the Pacific sneaker, and quite frankly, I think you could walk across the Pacific Ocean in this bad boy. It's so comfortable and sleek and beautiful.
With its lightweight comfort, breathable waterproofing, and effortless style, you can go anywhere in these bad boys.
You can navigate transit, walking commutes, lunch on the go, exploring local neighborhoods. Vessi works for all of it. And it's comfortable and stylish. And don't worry, they have waterproof technology, so your feet will always stay dry in the wettest of situations.
So boys, what are you waiting for? Step confidently into daily life with the waterproof ultralight Vessi Pacific sneaker. With a 1-year warranty and worry-free 30-day returns, you're covered for every journey. Discover more at vessi.com/trashtaste and get 15% off of your first pair. That's vessi.com/trashtaste. Links in the description below.
Back to the episode.
Yeah. What's your favorite part of like the animation process?
I thought you were gonna say, who's your favorite team member? I was like, hang on.
Name them all right now. Tell me every employee name.
No, the favorite part probably is like the storyboarding part.
Right.
Because I focus more on directing now.
Yeah.
So like that aspect of it is like the most creative aspect of it for me now. So telling the story, understanding like how the audience is gonna react to certain shots, like really getting into like the mind of the viewer to, emphasize certain messages and things and stuff that you want to do. That to me is a really rewarding experience. So I just really like that part of it. And it also gives me an idea of what the entire video is going to look like already. So I can kind of watch it, myself in my head. And then we have to wait for it to be done. Basically after that. Yeah. But yeah, I like that part a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're basically making your own shows now, but like what are some of your favorite shows?
It's interesting because I have like when it comes to my favorite shows, it's not always because I like the animation, but Code Geass is probably my favorite show.
Oh, okay,
Classic choice.
It's a classic. I keep watching anime being like, is this gonna be better than Code Geass? And it still hasn't gotten to that point.
You're gonna be searching for a while.
I know, dude.
Bad way to live your life.
I know. It's tough. Honestly, so I'm curious what you guys think of the Attack on Titan ending. Because to me, there was a lot of parallels to Code Geass.
Oh, yeah.
But I just felt like, man, it's almost like it was trying to do something similar to Code Geass, but it didn't quite get there. So that was my opinion of it. Yeah. But I also respect that it was pretty good. But like, Code Geass ending is
what was missing from it, do you think? Or what was different from it?
Well, yeah. So specifically, I think there was missing a little bit of like, I want to call it like intention of like Eren, for example, because Lelouch, if you guys remember, had this whole master plan that wasn't revealed till like the very last episode almost.
Yeah.
And that was like several episodes of just like, what the fuck is going on, which I really enjoyed. And when Attack on Titan started doing it, I was like, oh yeah, here we go. It's happening. Because the last season had a really cool build up to it. And I was like, oh shit, like yeah, Eren is doing some crazy shit, and like it's gonna lead to. He's got like this whole master plan.
Yeah.
And then by the end of it, I was like, oh no, it seemed like he just kind of gave up, and like that was kind of like the moral of the story, which I appreciated. But I was like, man, it would have been really cool if he actually like
stuck to it till the end.
Yeah. But that was just like, that's my, it's my story brain.
I don't remember it very well.
Which one?
Attack on Titan. But I remember Code Geass very vividly.
Well, basically, the reveal was basically
spoiler alert, by the way.
Well, he also changed it from the manga, right? Well, he actually changed it.
They didn't really change it. They changed some lines here and there.
Yeah, sorry.
But the reveal was basically Eren was basically just LARPing the entire time. He had no idea what he was doing.
Yeah.
He was just trying to be like a cool edgelord, but he was basically, my interpretation of it was that he was still the same Eren that was the angry little edgy boy that started off Attack on Titan.
Right.
As opposed to the person he presented himself to be as this mastermind who knew everything that was going to happen, everything that was going on. And I enjoyed, personally, I get what you mean, where it was like, oh, this looks like it's going the Code Geass ending.
Yeah.
The problem I would have if it did go the Code Geass ending is that Code Geass already exists.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't think the author came into this being like, oh, Code Geass exists, I must do something different. But I do think that the ending of Attack on Titan is just a bit more representative of the modern time, I guess. I don't know.
True.
It feels like Code Geass worked for its time period where we're a bit more optimistic, like a bit more idealistic.
True.
And now, I don't know, the Attack on Titan came out in an era where, I don't know,
Eren kind of needs to be portrayed as at least somewhat pathetic in the end.
Yeah.
For it to make sense. Because his intentions ultimately were pathetic.
If anything, I feel like the ending of Attack on Titan is a more realistic take on how, if this happened in real life, a more realistic take on what would actually be going on behind the scenes. Because if the Code Geass ending happened IRL, it was like I said, Code Geass ending is probably my favorite ending in anime.
Yeah.
As a fictional piece of, as a fictional story.
Yeah.
Happens in real life, I don't think everyone would.
Well, true.
Code Geass ending is like when the DVD logo hits 4 corners back to back. Somehow. It's like, what?
It's like, it's not going to happen, but if it does.
Physics won't allow it, but
True.
Yeah.
And to be clear, I do really like Attack on Titan.
Yes.
It is still one of my favorite shows. And like the fucking foreshadowing, dude. Like when you rewatch it.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it's insane. Like there's so much shit that you're just like, I don't know if you guys know, but there was like this one scene where it's like Reiner talking with like, maybe it was Zeke or something. It was early on in the seasons, and at some point they show that they kick something off the wall to like hide something, and then they actually show what it is, but like they don't bring any attention to it. It's a coffee grinder,
right?
And there's no coffee in the show any other time, and this is before they revealed the basement and everything.
Right.
I was just like, damn. Like if you just like paid attention, you'd be like, oh shit.
Oh yeah, why is there a coffee grinder?
Yeah. But like they don't say anything about it. They just show you, and they're like, okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's just pretty cool.
That is cool.
Like the setup required, like to know everything that's gonna happen ahead of time while you're writing it, like so early on.
I feel like I need to rewatch it because I watched it as every time as it was releasing. And I feel like I missed so much because I would have massive lapses of like not watching
you
it.
will realize how much foreshadowing is all the way back in season 1.
Yeah.
I mean, even like the very first fucking shot leads directly from the finale of Attack on Titan where Eren like wakes up and you're like, oh my God, it was like right there from the beginning. It's insane, which is why, all the fucking respects.
That's why Isayama's the GOAT.
Pretty much to Isayama for being able to go fucking craft a story like that.
And he wrote that shit when he was like in his early 20s or something.
God.
Which is like, what the fuck?
That's
Stop
crazy.
being so talented.
Yes, I know, right? I know, yeah.
You know what the first chapter in the manga is called?
What?
Like 2,000 years ago.
Yeah, I mean that's what the first episode is called as well.
Oh yeah.
So
and it's just like a direct reference to what's her name with the Ymir?
Yeah.
She like actually sent Eren like all that flashback that he has at the beginning. It's from the future.
Yeah.
Right.
And he just like that was it. That was like
Fuck, I need to
He's
rewatch
locked,
it.
he's locked in.
Yeah.
He's like, all right.
Yeah.
Say less.
I
Let's
feel
go.
like, I feel like if I had a, maybe I don't know if God beamed some weird shit in my brain. Maybe like, the fuck was that? I'd be like, all right, well,
Anyway,
I'd probably
time to goon.
I pretty much, I wouldn't think much about it. I wouldn't think this is my path.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What I'm always curious about with a show like that, with that much foreshadowing, I'm like, how much do you think the director knew? Like, is it a case where Isayama was like, yo, by the way,
Put the coffee grinder in.
yeah, exactly. Like, that's such a small fucking detail.
Yeah.
Which you could like look at a manga panel or something and be like, oh,
Yeah.
this means nothing. You know?
Yeah. What if the
That's such a
director,
cool
like in
detail.
like the finale, is just like, oh, that's why you made me put that in there? What the fuck? Well, not even
coffee
you.
grinder in there.
It's like, all right, we'd request this, Sarah, but okay, you're the boss.
It's so true though, because the anime started before the basement was revealed in the manga.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He
exactly.
must have told them.
Yeah, I feel like because even the opening had like some references to like the outside world.
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
So
Stuff like this makes me feel like, you know, like how Game of Thrones had an ending that no one liked?
Yeah.
I feel like that was him, George R. R. Martin, testing the water on the ending.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I think he's like, this is the ending, guys. Let me just, and if it goes badly, he's like, I don't know what they did. I don't know why they put that in there. I feel like it'd be such a good way to test if your ending is solid.
He's like, I was sick that day.
He's like, brother, I was busy. I was doing something.
I actually think it's the opposite. I actually think because he did give him like the cliff notes of how the
Yeah, he
ending
did,
goes.
right? So that's why I'm like, huh.
But like, I think like a lot of the like where the characters ended up and what the characters ended up doing, they make sense in terms of like, here's how their character arc should go.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Daenerys, for example, I was like, okay, I feel like her turning like into like the Mad Queen or something, that was like, that would be a
Yeah, it narratively makes sense.
narratively
Yeah.
it makes sense.
But how we got that
and I'm
doesn't-
sure
yeah.
he sent them like, okay, here's what happens with Daenerys, here's what happens with all the Starks and something. And I'm sure he saw like the setup and he was like, this is what the fuck?
If they fuck up the setup in the show, can you still write the same thing but with better setup? Or will people be like,
I think so.
oh, this is going to suck?
I think so.
Okay.
I say that from the perspective of like having written shit that sucks and then fixing it. So it can be done.
We'll fix it in post. We'll fix it.
Yeah.
Brother,
so,
same.
Yeah, so I can say with confidence it can be done.
Yeah.
But, you know, we'll see what he does. You know, I don't know. But I do know that apparently they rushed the ending either way because there was supposed to be, I think, another 2 or 3 more seasons.
Yeah.
So there was like no way they were going to finish it like properly.
At times, it did feel like Attack on Titan was going to go through that.
Oh yeah,
with the
final
with the
season part
final,
3.
final,
Yeah.
and then it kept getting smaller parts, and it was like, well, what's going on, guys?
Yeah.
But luckily, we got the ending.
I thought for sure they were gonna pull like a Demon Slayer and be like, it's ending
I
with
thought it was
2
gonna be a
movies.
movie.
I thought it was going to be movies.
Yeah.
I still don't understand why they didn't do a movie for the final part of
Yeah, the
it.
final
Yeah.
part could have been a movie.
Yeah,
Because
I
there was
agree.
what was the delay between the final episode and the episode
like
prior?
6 months or something like that.
It should have just been 2 movies.
Yeah.
Just one big
Yeah.
movie for both of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been
It
fitting
would have
'cause-
crushed.
Yeah, it was like a 10-year project. Like I
Yeah.
think people would have been really excited to go to the theater.
Yeah,
for that.
totally.
Yeah.
I wonder. See, these are the kind of decisions where I'd love to be a fly on a wall on like how they decided this is how they were gonna do it.
Yeah.
Because I'd love to just see like if someone was pushing for a movie,
Right.
why they didn't go for a movie, why they went for this, you know, because it does seem quite all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's method to the madness, and the show worked and it came out great. So
Yeah.
you know,
I'm sure some like business politics were involved in some way.
there always
or
is,
other,
but there's always some, you know, what I think what sometimes is lost is that like sometimes it's just someone who's higher up just said one thing, and that's caused massive ramifications
Yeah.
for the things that we love and consume. Just because one guy or one executive was like, nah, do it like this, and like didn't pay any thought to why he said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like these tiny little things have such massive impacts.
Yeah, like, oh, we have to give money to an Australian studio.
Yeah. Have you heard of Glitch?
Or maybe the guy's just like not fucking with like the color green that day, and they're like, nah, this character signature color, I think we change it. Like just certain things that like obviously that's being facetious, but there's like so many things that end up like being changed because of these decisions and meetings that viewers will never ever be privy to.
I mean that dives into like the concept of having executives that are not themselves really involved in the creative process,
Yeah.
but have so much say over it. It can get. I mean, it's gonna get messy. Like no matter what. In any other industry, that would be obvious, right?
Yeah.
It's like you have a non-engineer giving an engineer tips on how to do their job. like that'd be crazy, right?
Yeah.
But that's what happens. And
We have that. It's called project managers, actually.
fair enough.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's everywhere in the corporate world.
Yeah,
man.
true.
It's like I got an engineering degree 40 years ago. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's kind of crazy, but hey, so the world works wildly inefficient.
Yeah.
And I'm sure maybe you've experienced this, but a lot of these companies that we all think about as like being like super efficient, really good, they're like the most disorganized group of people ever. Like you're saying, like Blizzard didn't give you it for a week.
Yeah.
Until, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
a lot of the times that I used to just think as these companies, like they just get shit done because they have money, they got manpower. But holy shit, is it disorganized? And a lot of the time, a lot of these companies do not work like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for Nintendo's lawyers. My God, they're efficient.
Oh yeah. They are on top of. Yeah, it's like that weird moment, like, you know, around when maybe you're about to go into college or about to get into your first job, where you see these like adults in the corporate world, and they're like, oh wow, they're so organized, they're so professional. Like I've got a lot to live up to. And then once you step into that world, you're like, man, everyone fucking sucks.
Money plugs a lot of holes.
Yeah, no one knows what the fuck they're doing, like me.
Yeah, true.
Actually, by my experience, sometimes it's the most newest or like, you know, self-funded projects or companies or new startups that know what the fuck they're talking about more than these big established like mega corporations. In my experience of working with a lot of different people.
for sure. Yeah.
Have you heard of the Peter Principle?
No.
It's this concept of you get promoted. I don't know why it's called the Peter Principle, but you get promoted. Every time you do a good job at your job, you go to the next like manager and then like the next manager. But the problem is that when you stop getting promoted, it's because you're not good at your job anymore.
Right.
So you stay in that job that you're not good at. And that's how managers get up to a point where they can't be as good as they should be for a job that they got promoted into.
Why is it called? Is it because Peter just fucked up one day?
Yeah, I don't
realized
know.
he's like, oh shit.
Yeah, some guy named Peter really fucked up. Yeah.
It's like Peter over here.
Oh, that's interesting. The higher you go, the more likely you are to fail. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's because, you know, you're literally like put in a position that you weren't trained for.
Right.
Like over and over again.
Oh.
Because once you get good at something, you just move on.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's like it has a lot to do with the promotion kind of like culture. So it depends on you know, if that's something that like they're enforcing. Because like sometimes you'll get people that are like really good artists or really good engineers, and then they're like, you've been promoted to sales.
It's like, I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But the pay's better, so okay, I guess so. And yeah, so.
Jeez.
Well, everything goes back to management. It's just like you are like you know, you're like, you're really good at this one thing. How do I do more of this one thing? Well, you got to manage people to help you do this one thing.
Yeah.
And then you hire more people, and then what you end up doing is managing.
Yeah. No, because I don't even animate that much anymore. It's crazy, dude. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I'm in a position where I think I'm like decent at management.
Yeah.
At the very least, so that helps. But I say that while like our studio is definitely very chaotic still. So like it's definitely being held together by like tape.
Willpower.
Yeah, pretty
Willpower
much.
of animators.
Pretty much.
I'm convinced there's not a single like group or like organization that is actually like prim and proper.
Like rock solid.
Yeah, like rock solid. I just don't
agree.
think it exists. Like they'll love to tell you that it's like, yeah, we've been around for decades. We're good.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, on the inside, no one knows what the fuck's happening.
Yeah.
At all
true.
times, you know.
Yeah.
Like there are some certain roles where I just like growing up, I was like, what the fuck is in a consultant? Like,
I still don't know.
What is a consultant agency? They get paid so much. What do they do?
I have friends who work in consultant firms, and I don't know what they do. I'm like, so what? So what? You teach people to do things or something like that? And they're like, yeah, that's about right. Yeah, like not even they know what they do.
They don't. They
Every
really don't.
consultant I've ever talked to, it has this like vague description of their job where I'm like I come out more confused.
Yeah, it's like we help companies. It's like,
okay, so
do you want to elaborate on that?
What do you do?
Like, no, that's about it.
Is it just this one giant gaslight where companies want to? Because this is one thing I noticed where companies sometimes they need to publicly look like they're doing something, right?
yeah.
And they just like spend money to look like they're doing something. And then you go inside and you're like, wait, nobody knows what the fuck is going on either.
No,
you know?
you want to confuse like a fresh like college graduate? Link them to any like fucking consultant firm website and go to their about section and figure out what the fuck this company is. Because all the time it's just like it's the most vague shit. And somehow it's like, we can give you a 6-figure salary.
I was really curious about it. I ended up watching a lot of stuff that kind of like explained it a bit. And it just seemed like they kind of do everything.
Yeah.
But they basically just they grab really smart people, and then they just go to companies, or companies need help, and they'll offer a solution. But a lot of the times their solutions are like really bad. Yeah. And it's like there's been a lot of examples where they have fucked up massively. And normally it's when companies want to save money and they'll be like, just fire people.
It's like, I'm glad I paid you $3,000 an hour for you to tell me that. Thanks, dude.
Yeah, when you're in trouble, like the consulting firm is also hiring other consulting firms. Like, we don't know how to do this, bro.
Well, I think it's like, whereas like I might ask Gant for some help on like, he has a different perspective on my thing. It's just company wide. You're asking like another massive company, hey, what would you do differently here?
Yeah, like I think,
from
the consultants that I know, from what I've heard, sometimes like they're doing the same job that people in the company are doing too.
Yeah,
like they're actually like developing stuff, and I'm convinced it's literally just they don't want to hire anyone. So they're like, we'll hire the company, and the company will hire people. And I
then
think,
they can fire them.
Yeah, I mean, what else? Because like at some point, it's just like so generalized. Like you just need someone to do a job. And they just don't have someone. I think that's got to be it, because none of them are really good at consulting.
I'm not sure. Yeah, it does seem like a very mysterious, not very productive.
Yeah, if there are any consultants watching this episode, please let us know. Like, actually, give us in depth, like. Literally, what do you guys do on a day-to-day basis? I just want to know, because my consultant friends won't tell me. They're like gatekeeping me for some reason.
Because if you know the secret, Joe,
then I won't hire them.
I think they are purposefully quite secretive.
I think so.
Could be.
I think I watched the John Oliver thing about it, where they are like told to be just be a bit like
mysterious.
I'm sure. To be fair, because they're working for other companies, there's probably NDAs too.
Oh, true.
Yeah, that's a good excuse. Yeah, NDA.
That's
the gap in my resume.
Yeah.
Gap in my resume.
NDA, 2 years, just hanging out.
It's like, why were I unemployed for 10 years? I actually wasn't. Consultant firm, NDA.
Here's the biggest thing I don't understand. If no one knows what the fuck they do, then how do people hire them for a job if they don't?
That's what I'm saying. It's
like Joey, you run a company, right?
Okay.
Would you, if you wanted consulting in your company, how would you know which consultancy firm to hire?
God, there's a reason why we haven't used a consulting firm yet. Because I don't know. Who do you consult to pick the consultant firm? Is there a consultant firm for that?
Probably. Yeah. Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, man. What am I missing out of this?
Yeah, I know.
I like how one of the things is types of consulting firms and how to join one. like it's a cult or something. Yeah. It's like, yeah, because there's nothing else you got to know. Just know you want to be here.
Yeah.
You want to get that 6-figure salary.
It's true.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's true. Exactly.
How about anime? I heard you guys like anime.
Well, he likes anime. He likes it. You're doing the wrong guy if you want to talk about anime.
Yeah.
I don't even think I've watched an anime in the past 3-4 months.
Yeah, no, I'm the same. I haven't watched anime in so long.
I'm strictly manga now.
Oh, fair.
What was the last big... Dandadan was the last big anime?
Dandadan for sure.
Yeah, Dandadan and Orb.
Orb, yeah, those. Yeah, Orb and Dandadan were the only two I've watched.
Yeah, I mean, Dandadan was fucking fantastic.
Yeah, those are both amazing.
Yeah.
But it does feel like, I don't know, I'm kind of like content only watching the cream of the crop.
Yeah.
I don't really enjoy 7 out of 10 shows like I used to.
That's fair.
I used to used to be able to just watch a 7 out of 10 and be like, that was a good time.
Yeah, because I've seen enough now where it's like I'll maybe watch like 1, sometimes 2 episodes, and I'm like, I got the gist of this now. It's exactly like these 5 other shows that I've seen before, but just mixed together.
Yeah, that's true. Especially isekais.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
YouTube is like genuinely 85% of my like media consumption. Not including games.
Yeah.
But like, it's like 10% movies, 5% TV show, 85% YouTube.
That's fair.
I watch a lot of YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because YouTube is definitely, like, I don't know if it is already or if it's going to be like in like next 5-10 years, but it's going to way outcompete TV, right? Like TV is still kind of there for like, I feel like the boomer generation, they're still watching TV, but like YouTube is just, I don't know if TV is going to exist anymore like in a few years.
Yeah,
like, honestly,
I mean,
I think there'll always be a demand for high quality TV shows, but maybe the generic TV that we know, I don't know if that'll stick around.
Yeah, but it might honestly be like, how TV killed radio, right? And it might be the next thing where it's like now TV is getting killed by YouTube.
Yeah,
Who knows?
It'll still exist in some form.
Yeah, I mean, people still listen to the radio, but it's not as big as it was in the 30s,
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, but they usually only listen to radio when they can't watch something, like when they're driving, right?
Yeah. But even then, it's like most people just like chuck on Spotify or something.
Yeah,
right?
true. Yeah, makes sense.
Well, what are we talking about?
We're talking about how YouTube is going to be the thing that kills TV if it hasn't already.
Yeah, like TV might not exist. Like we don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
It'll just change.
Yeah,
depends what you define by TV. You're talking about like kind of like specific live TV broadcast.
Yeah.
Well, I think just like entertainment purpose, right?
Yeah.
Because like live sports, that's not going anywhere. People
That's
fucking
true.
love
Yeah.
sports.
I mean,
But it could go on YouTube though.
Yeah, we're still
Yeah.
counting like online streaming because that's already a thing in terms
Yeah.
of like.
Yeah.
There's apps now that are just dedicated to live sports broadcasting now
Yeah.
that you can play on the TV, but it's not from,
Yeah, I guess, I mean, it probably just is all streaming now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
it's the TV is just the vehicle and the network and the schedule. So,
Yeah, exactly.
like news and stuff. People want news. Especially people want.
True.
People do want more of news from a trusted source.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah. Like
So-
a 24/7 news feed, I imagine could be.
24/7
useful
news
for
is
that.
so excessive. There just can't be things happening at 1 a.m.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
And the worst part is when you go. I don't know. Have you ever stay in your? When you go to a hotel and you put on like BBC World News or one of the world news stations, and after like 20 minutes of watching, they start repeating the same thing.
Yeah.
The same story.
Yeah.
And you're like, there's really nothing else happening?
Yeah. I know it's a quiet day when
We
it's
got
like,
20 minutes and we're already on the repeats of the
Yeah.
news?
You know
Fuck
it's a
me.
quiet down the news with those kinds of channels when like, they'll show the weather and then 40 minutes later they'll show the weather again. It's like, just in case you forgot, it's hot tomorrow.
But it's so useless because on the world news things, they always show you the country weather, which is not helpful unless you live in like, I don't know, Vatican
it's
City.
like, oh, yeah.
The weather is not very helpful country fucking wise.
It's like, oh, thank God I know that Vanuatu is 19 degrees tomorrow. Sick.
But the real question is, how long do you think it's going to be for people to just stop picking what they watch and just
Ooh, and it's all fed to them?
and it's
Algorithm.
just fed to them?
When is
you
it
know?
going to be like
it's kinda
fucking
like
like,
that.
I
Wall-E?
mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I'm like a best out of 4 checkbox now because I'm not scrolling that far. So I'll look or I'll refresh the page if I don't find something in the first couple of scrolls.
It's gonna, I think it's gonna become boomer in a few years to talk about how you used to like search for what you wanted to watch.
Oh, that's
as opposed to
terrifying.
just as opposed to
You
just
had a recommendation? What are you talking about?
Someone told you to watch something.
yeah.
What is a search bar?
Yeah.
I had to logically think about what I was in the mood to watch as opposed to
How did you decide?
Yes.
Yeah.
Out of the infinite possibilities.
So I kind of just hate how suggestible I am sometimes, where
We all are.
Yeah, exactly. Where I'm like, I don't know what I'm in the mood to watch. I get recommended a clip and I'm like, okay, now this is what I'm in the mood to watch. I'm like, fuck.
It's like when I remember they were getting rid of the YouTube used to automatically open on your subscription feed.
Oh yeah.
And I remember when they changed it, people got really upset. They were like, what the fuck? What's the point? I don't want to watch any of this shit. I want to watch the people I subscribe to.
Yep.
And a year later, everyone was like, homepage,
Yeah.
homepage only.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, they know exactly who I am. Thank
They,
you.
they actually
Yeah.
knew exactly what
Yeah.
I wanted to watch.
Yeah.
I did not need to use this. Even me, like, I find my subscription page is less helpful now than the
Oh, yeah.
homepage. which
Oh,
is like-
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
It's still there. I just haven't clicked it in months. Because
Yeah.
every time I do click it, I'm like, I don't want to watch this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of true, yeah.
The illusion of choice.
It is, man. It is. Because you'd subscribe to channels that you liked one video and then,
Yeah.
it pops up and you're like,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Scary.
It's unfortunate because subscriptions used to mean so much. And now it's like almost a dead weight on my channel.
Totally.
Where I'm like, well, shit, if I have this many subscribers, that just means that if a video doesn't perform as well as YouTube thinks I should be performing, then it's just going to kill my channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, especially with like shorts now as well, completely like inflating not like how many views you can get as opposed to like, traditionally like long form content as
Yeah.
well.
Shorts are interesting because actually they kind of brought back animation on YouTube as well.
Oh,
I believe that. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Absolutely.
it's a totally. I mean, I don't know if it's financially viable to be fair, because shorts are not really
you're like
that.
4 pence for
Yeah.
5 million
Yeah.
views.
Yeah. So, but I see a lot more animators on YouTube now that are just making shorts.
Yeah.
And
And they're not just, they're thriving on
Yeah.
there as well.
Yeah, they're killing it. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
I've seen a few creators who, I knew from like long form content and I was like, why did they stop posting? And they just went on their shorts and I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or even when you just go on a channel that's like, you don't have any videos. How do you have 2 million subscribers?
Oh, yeah.
And you go to the shorts tab. It's like, oh, okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you going to do shorts?
Yeah, we probably will. Like, I haven't really done them much,
Mm-hmm.
just because we don't really have a lot of time to like dedicate to it. But we plan to. Like, I think some clips and stuff from the show would be really cool to do as shorts because a lot of shorts I think do really well if there's like a snippet of storytelling. Actually, this is really annoying. But you know how many clips of like shows I've seen on YouTube Shorts where it's just like, okay, I'm just scrolling and
out
like,
of context,
completely out of context.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how does this have like 1 million views? Like, it doesn't even end in a way that's satisfying. Like, they don't show the whole scene.
Yeah.
But it does so well. And I'm like, we could probably do that.
Something about it is like hacking our brains to draw us in.
Yeah.
Making us watch. And I don't know how, because it feels like it really hard to replicate consistently.
Yeah. I mean,
realistically speaking, you could theoretically take the pilot of Soulmart and just chop it up into 67-second bits.
just randomly.
Just in order, and then upload them in random order.
Yeah.
And it'll probably do really, really
I mean,
well.
I'm pretty sure I've seen some shows purely through just shorts.
Yeah.
Where you can recommend one thing and then another out of context scene, and you're like, "Huh, wait, I think this like leads into like that scene, or something like that."
And then you search part 57. You're just like, I gotta know.
That was the good old days.
It's it's literally taking it back to like the Naruto episode 1 sub-Espanol part 1 of 3, but you can't find 2 of 3.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, fuck.
Yeah, watching shorts has actually made me realize, maybe I don't need to watch something in order. You know, maybe Haruhi was onto something.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Endless 8 was way ahead of its time.
Yes. Good damn.
Jesus Christ.
Oh man, linear storytelling overrated actually.
Yeah. Far out.
Was it you who told me you watched Breaking Bad through shorts?
No, I mean, I watched Breaking Bad, but I've rewatched Breaking Bad, I think, through shorts.
Yeah, that's accurate.
No, for me, it was Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
The worst ones are the ones where they're like, Walter White did this, and then he did this, and this is what caused Skylar to be mad at him. And it's like an AI voice. I'm like, what is this filth? And then it has like 2 million likes. I'm like, I'm jumping off a cliff.
Yeah.
It's like, watch what happens to Jesse after Walter said this.
This scene made Walter piss himself. And I'll be like, ridiculous. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
I can't stand it. But at the same time, it's working. So good for
It
them.
is working.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's stories that sell. Like,
true.
It's as long as there's a hook in the first 5 seconds, which, you know, if you write a scene, like there's going to be one, usually like in TVs and stuff. So they're just exploiting the work that someone else already did to make it
Pretty much.
engaging.
It's just very good storytelling.
Yeah.
And every episode can be cut up into little mini stories in themselves.
Yeah.
And sometimes the hook is enough. And then even if a clip ends halfway, you're like, well, shit, now I want to see the rest of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I heard that like in China, there's like short form shows that are just actually, that's the whole show. It's like, I think maybe like, it might be like 3 minutes or 5 minute episodes, but I think they're vertical format. They might be horizontal, but they're just viewed on like, I think Douyin, which is like the Chinese TikTok.
I mean, I prefer that to like Netflix when they release like the 3-minute animations on their platform, and then opening the fucking thing takes 3 minutes.
True.
Yeah. Fair.
I mean, it's just basically animated 4 comas at the end of the day.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
You know, just very short bursts, very short stories.
Yep.
You know, it's short form storytelling is a lot older than shorts is, you know?
Yeah, true.
Did you watch Secret Level or
I did. Well, I watched
Love, Death and Robots?
some of the episodes of Secret Level, but I did watch all of Love, Death and Robots.
The new season as well?
No, actually. No, I haven't caught up on
Which
that.
season is that? 3? 4?
I thought it was 3.
4?
Maybe
3? I didn't. It wasn't very good though.
Oh, really? I mean,
I mean, season 1 was peak.
Season 1 was peak.
Yeah, and there's some really good standout episodes in the other seasons. But yeah, the newest season, 4th season.
Oh, it's 4
Yeah.
now.
It was. I mean, you can probably go to the IMDb ratings of each episode.
I haven't seen season. I think I only watched the first 3 seasons.
3 had some good ones.
3 was
but
alright.
Some stinkers. But I think I liked that it was willing to. Yeah, Bad Traveling was my favorite one. Season 3 one with the pirate
Oh,
ship.
is that the crab, the crab one?
Yeah, the crab one.
Yeah, okay, so I did watch season
That
3.
one was so sick.
That one was
That
really
was
good.
peak. Yeah, season 3, I at least had really good ideas, which I quite enjoyed. Season 4 opens up with a animated music video of Red Hot Chili Peppers.
What?
And I was quite annoyed.
It's 4.1 out of 10.
Yeah, it's like really cool animation of puppets.
Yeah.
But it's just a Red Hot Chili Peppers Can't Stop. And I was like, is it gonna like something else gonna happen? No, it's just a dedicated music video for Can't Stop. And then it's like 5 minutes long and it just ends. And I'm like, Okay.
Cool.
All right.
I guess.
Damn.
And then
Interesting.
yeah. So yeah, you can
I
see
mean,
what
that's the thing about Anthology sometimes.
yeah, which
Anthology
is something I
series.
don't mind. But then I was
Yeah.
like, well, the next one will be good. So
Yeah.
I expect- And then I was like, well, maybe the next one will be good.
Ooh.
And then the next one was okay. And then one of them had Mr. fucking Beast as the main character.
Wait, really?
I'm not kidding.
Scroll down. Let me
Yeah, I
see.
gotta see this.
Maybe we can tell by the rating which one it is.
Was he a voice actor? Or was he actually like there? Like in
Oh
like
my
his face was.
God. Dude, it's so bad. I
God.
felt bad because it's like, it just doesn't work. It's, it is. Scroll down, sorry, scroll down. Wait. Oh, the season 4, episode 7.
The
Yeah.
screaming of the
Mr. Beast
Tyrannosaur.
appears as a character in the Screaming of Tyrannosaur. Wow.
The Master of Ceremony. So like they're like these like people are fighting T-Rexes and the animation is like so sick. And then the Mr. Beast comes, and now the next fight will be between. And it's just like
Damn,
no.
that will break your immersion.
Yeah, and like
shit.
I think no hate on him in terms of like acting ability because it's impossible to judge because he's not acting. He's just being Mr. Beast in a different universe, which is super jarring.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just bought 5,000 Tyrannosaurus Rexes, and we're
That's
gonna put
basically-
one man in the ring.
Like imagine it's like super serious bloodshed, like fucking people dying, and then you literally it's that. I'm not kidding, man. Can we pull a clip up? There must be a clip. You got. I'm not kidding.
Oh my God.
And like that was when imagine
this is
having-
like a glimpse of our future.
Imagine sitting through fucking 6 episodes and you're waiting for one of them to be good, and then they bring out the fucking Mr. Beast episode. You would fucking lose it too.
Oh my God.
Search up Mr. Beast.
Yeah, look up Mr. Beast. There you go.
It's just like, no, that's like behind the scenes. But you just type that into YouTube.
Yeah, type it into
Yeah,
YouTube.
I'm sure there's a YouTube short
yeah.
about it.
Yeah, probably. The animation is very good on these.
Which the thing is, like, the animation is beautiful,
yeah.
and it's a shame that, like, to be honest, that's the part I like probably the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, in this Mr. Beast. Okay.
Oh, that's him.
Oh yeah, the
That's
second
him.
clip.
Wow,
my
they even
fucking-
make him look
Yo,
like him.
my God.
Yeah, he looks like Mr. Beast in it.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, it's Mr. Beast.
Holy shit, it is.
Dude.
Oh my
I
God.
can't get over it.
Dude, can you imagine? You sat through 6 episodes of boring shit, and then this happens.
Whenever he pops up on screen, it looks AI generated.
Yes.
Right?
Oh my God.
It doesn't feel like he belongs in this world.
Oh my God. Wow. Well,
Yeah. I mean,
It's a shame because
that's the world we live in.
I really love Anthology series because
Yeah.
I love the
Yeah.
idea of just exploring a concept and
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
having to commit to like 10 episodes.
Yeah.
I normally love it. And that's why I like even Secret Level. I really enjoyed Secret
Yeah.
Level.
Yeah.
Just for the fact that I felt like at least there was some cool ideas here.
Yeah.
Did you watch the Pac-Man episode?
No, I haven't. That's the one I
I
haven't.
loved the Pac-Man episode.
Yeah.
It was so weird.
what is the series?
I
you're
need to
talking
watch it.
Secret
It's
Level.
basically this, but for video games.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They have
And-
Pac-Man, Mega Man.
Yeah, they
Oh,
obviously
really?
like some of the
Yeah.
games were were very popular. Some of them weren't so well known.
Yeah.
This was just. I mean, look at the animation for Pac-Man. That's the pictures of the animation.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
for Pac-Man?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Like as a short, it wasn't great, but like I just loved how they tried to take Pac-Man and do something fucking insane with it.
Yeah,
Right.
I heard it's a horror piece technically.
It is. It's
That's
so
crazy.
sick.
Oh, that's kind of
so
cool.
Because this is like there's like a hunter and this like alien is like eat the ball.
Right.
He's like, I don't want to eat it, and he has to keep eating.
Wait,
these
hold up.
balls.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is in this?
Oh yeah, he's in.
Oh, and Alex Lee's in it.
Alex Lee.
Oh, shit.
So Alex Lee voices in one of the Chinese games episodes, which I didn't really
Oh yeah.
get.
Yeah,
Okay.
that one.
I don't know what
No,
the
it
game
was
is.
it was the one with the like the Weiqi board, like the goat. Was it the goat one?
Oh, okay.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is the main voice actor in one of them, which was like an Amazon only game. The problem is with this series is that 5 of the games you knew and you were like, that's so sick. And 5 of the games are like, what the fuck is this?
Wait, was there maybe I'm misremembering. Was there one for Concord?
There was one for Concord.
Was that released or was that
Yeah,
like
it's released.
cancelled? Oh,
Yeah, I watched it. It was actually not that bad. It was like,
Fair enough.
It was pretty fun. Like
the
it
best thing
was-
about Concord.
It was probably the best that Concord got.
Yeah.
I mean, we can go to if you just go to the Secret Level IMDb in general. Just Secret Level. Yeah, just go to the IMDb. I mean, like 6.4 for a
bad. That's
pretty
fucking
good.
game that got clowned on. If you just click the all episodes, you can see that like there's one for like Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons. That was
Oh,
chill.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sifu.
Sifu.
Sifu one was sick.
Sifu one was sick.
The third one was the
Warhammer
one with
4K.
dude. The Warhammer one was so sick, and the Unreal Tournament one. The Warhammer one nearly made me want to.
Oh, it's an Armored Core one?
Yeah, it's got Keanu Reeves too.
Keanu Reeves.
Oh, Outer Wilds. Oh,
Mega
Outer
Man.
Worlds.
Outer Worlds, yeah.
Yeah.
Spelunky.
Oh, damn, Outer Wilds.
Yeah, it definitely.
Wow.
The first half is the stacked.
And these are all shorts, right?
Yeah, like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, less than 10 minutes.
There's like 4 really good ones. Like the Sifu one.
Yeah.
The Unreal Tournament one is sick. The
I gotta check this out because I really loved Love, Death and Robots. So
Yeah.
Well, you'll
Yeah.
like it then.
It's by the same guy, by the way.
oh really?
I didn't know that.
Oh hell
So
yeah.
Tim Miller also led this project.
Oh cool.
He's
cool.
the director and CEO of Blur Studios,
Oh.
which is sorry, I'm just gonna give you some random tidbits of
No, of
animation.
course.
Yeah, go for it.
Tim Miller also, I think, directed Deadpool. But he basically founded Boiis Studio, which was like one of the first cinematic studios outside of like Blizzard
Right.
to do like Blizzard quality stuff
Oh wow.
Wow.
for games. So they did a lot of different game animations, including like League of Legends and stuff. And then eventually they did VFX, and then they did Deadpool, and then they did the whole Love and Death and Robots thing.
Right.
And then after that, I guess Amazon was like, we want to do an anthology. Who do we call?
I guess that makes sense.
The Anthology guy.
So he's here for this one too.
Hell
I
yeah.
mean, you can definitely tell when they like the people making it were massive fans of the game. Like the Unreal Tournament one,
Yeah.
was so good, and the Warhammer one, dude. The Warhammer one.
I need to
is
watch. I
so
haven't watched that
sick.
one yet.
Dude. It's so. I mean, it's got
Dude.
8.7.
Yeah, that's-
Yeah.
It's so fucking sick. It's insane how every single Warhammer thing I've ever seen
Yeah.
is like the coolest shit ever, and
Yeah.
I still have not got into it.
Yeah, true.
It's too daunting.
Have you seen Astartes?
No.
It was like a fan animation of Warhammer. Like it was one guy who did everything. He did like
Yeah.
modeling, rigging, animation. It was like 4 different videos that were like 10 minutes long. Like basically looking as good as this. Like really fucking good. And like some crazy ass fight scenes. And then I remember watching it and just being like blown away. And then it disappeared. I don't know where it is on YouTube. anymore.
Oh shit.
It might still be somewhere, but I heard the guy got hired by Warhammer.
Well,
Oh,
hopefully, I really want a Warhammer TV show in this style. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's so fucking dark
Yeah.
and like gritty.
It'll
and
be a good
it's sick.
introductory point because like
Yeah.
Warhammer scares me.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
the shit.
legit.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Like you take every like big like complicated nerd thing in anime like Fate
Yeah.
or like Kingdom Hearts or just like even fucking Hoyoverse, combine them all together, they are like a drop in the lore of what this in the Warhammer fucking rabbit hole, man.
Yeah, legit.
Holy shit, I am not ready.
I just like I know I'm a fan of Warhammer. I've just never gotten into it.
Yeah.
But I know I am. Like, deep down, like, I'm gonna
identify
get
as a
into it.
Warhammer fan.
I just say I'm a big fan. I'm gonna get into it.
I feel like in order to commit to being an actual like proper Warhammer fan, you have to stop being a fan of everything else.
For a little
I
while.
will
For a
know.
little while.
yeah.
I will know I'm a Warhammer fan when I'm a dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is like the next generation.
Honey, he
Yeah.
wants all of these miniatures. It's 5K, but it's gonna be.
It's like,
worth
son, I
it.
love you, but if you touch my Warhammer models, I will fucking kill you.
Like that's how I know I will have enough spare time when I'm like I'm semi-retired.
Yeah,
got a kid. And what do I put my time into? Warhammer seems
Yeah.
like a play. Yeah.
Yeah, and your kid's gonna love it.
Yeah.
If he doesn't love it,
He's not my son.
I'm gonna get rid of him.
yeah.
It's so good, man.
Dads our days, they fix cars, they had their garages.
Yep.
Dads in our generation, they're gonna get into Warhammer.
Yeah,
I'm calling it
Warhammer,
right
100%.
now.
So true.
Yeah.
I'm just glad we're getting more cool shit with animation, kind of like more gritty, more adult-like. I
Yeah.
feel like it's cool. That isn't just like
It's not for kids, just for kids anymore.
Yeah.
Or like for a long time, I felt like adult animation was just anything that was on Adult Swim, which is also good as well, but had a certain flavor to it, and I felt like there was never a capacity for like intense, fucking cool, gritty world building.
Well, let's talk about Adult Swim anime now, which is I mean they've been missing the mark to say the least.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean,
I've not caught up to date
Yeah,
on
me neither.
Adult Swim anime.
Yeah.
okay, let's look at their track record.
They went
all right.
all in on Rick and Morty.
All right. The Rick and Morty anime.
Okay.
The new Fooly Cooly.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Ooh.
Which was unfortunate.
Yeah.
I never watched it.
It just
Didn't hit.
It just didn't hit. The soul was missing.
All I know about Fully Cooley is that I don't know which season it is, but there's a 3D one. There's like
that's progressive, I think.
Yeah. And it's not great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They even brought back the pillows for it, and I'm like, that ain't gonna save it.
Yeah.
I mean, you must be-
Uzumaki.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaks for itself.
But they got American Dad.
for something like Uzumaki, right, when they came out, as an animator yourself, and it must tear you up inside seeing the state it was released in when it was just like clearly not done.
Yeah.
Do you feel like sometimes you have to like kind of, when people talk about it, you're like, no, well, look, if they had more time or if this.
Oh, yeah.
Like okay.
Yeah. I defend animators a lot because like most of the time it's a production issue.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like they were given the work and they were like, no.
Yeah.
Like they will do the work. You hired them, and I imagine like anything, like a YouTuber or like a voice actor or an animator or songwriter, singer, you will not put your name on something unless it's good.
Yeah.
Unless some exterior forces.
Oh, is that the 3D fully cooly there?
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I've not seen that. What is that?
Wait, what is that?
What is that?
I don't know what that is.
Kai, scroll down to that fully cooly there.
Oh, that's Fulikuli Shoegaze?
Shoegaze? I never even heard of this. What the fuck?
Is that 3D?
This is the.
Is this the
fifth-
3D one?
No.
okay.
Oh no, there's progressive alternative. Oh yeah.
I think alternative is the 3D one. Oh no,
Grunge.
grunge is the 3D one. That's it.
When the fuck did they release this shit?
There's a lot of stuff here I've never seen before.
Yeah. They funded a lot of
Oh my god.
Fooly Cooly.
I didn't even know they made this.
Yeah.
But like the original animators aren't working on it anymore, right? Because like it was originally, wasn't it
Gainax.
Gainax,
It's
yeah.
Gainax. And this is Production IG.
Right.
I don't know if the original if any of the original team are working on it, but it's certainly, I think Fooly Cooly worked best as what it was. It was the complete package, and we did not need to see more of it.
Yeah.
And nothing about the
6
sequels.
episodes is more than enough.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah.
It did exactly what it needed to do, and it was a time capsule of animation at the time.
Kids today won't understand. They won't understand peak Fully Cooly.
It's true.
So sad.
Yeah.
I mean, Fooly Cooly, it made so many kids' personality, mine included.
Yeah, mine included.
You haven't seen it?
No.
I feel like it's too late now.
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
had to
Like,
be there.
You had to
man.
be there.
I know there are a lot of shows where I feel like if you, the cultural zeitgeist is gone for it.
Yeah.
So I feel like I can't appreciate the impact.
To be fair, that as a piece of animation, Fully Cooly, I think, still is impressive.
Yeah.
This is impressive.
Yeah.
The animation itself, if you guys don't know about like the effort it takes to do a revolving camera shot in 2D.
Oh yeah. And there's a lot of
There's a lot of those.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy. I think they probably used a little bit of 3D in it, to be fair, but there's shots in there that just don't feel possible, especially at the time for like 2D animation.
Yeah.
It's really well done.
You just gotta have like such a fucked mind to be able to
Yeah.
conceive this.
Yeah,
and,
pretty
and
much.
do it. Like how the hell?
Yeah,
I
it's
wanted to
crazy.
be a fly on the wall when they came up with that story.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, all right, so there's a kid and a robot's gonna come out of his forehead after he gets bashed in the head with a girl with a bass guitar.
Yeah,
What?
Write it.
yeah,
That's literally how it starts.
Oh, okay. All right, okay.
yeah. It was an original anime, right? Like it didn't have any.
it was
original
anime.
That's so cool, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like with that one, it's just the vibe, man.
That is a vibe.
It's just the vibe.
Yeah,
And then,
love your
and then you
vibes.
put Pillows music on top of that. And it's
Yeah.
just masterpiece.
That was one thing where I'm very curious about how much did they just listen to the songs while making the show?
Yeah.
Because some of the scenes in that are just like, this seems tailor fucking made
Yeah,
for this
it's
one
like too
song.
perfect.
And then on the other hand, I'm like, damn, the pillows just slap anyway. Maybe they just had a scene and then they just had, and then no matter what, the pillows was going to go with this scene.
They're like, we know exactly what we're gonna do for this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
For real.
Yeah. Occasionally, I'll listen to like songs from like popular artists, and I'll be like, I know the perfect scene for this, and I write it, and I'm like, maybe I could ask them.
Maybe they'd be chill with it.
Yeah, maybe just use the song. You know? It'd be kind of cool. I wouldn't be surprised if certain anime just like did that, and there was like songs that were just like, this is the artist we have to work with because the entire show was made based on their music. So who knows?
Probably. I mean, the
yeah.
most random insert song I think I can think of off the top of my head was like the beginning of A Silent Voice, where they just had The Who. And I'm like,
well, Japan is a pretty, from my understanding, is a pretty robust and pretty good system for like using copyrighted music, and like it's pretty doable.
I mean, they've done it. I mean, you know, the ending of Ergo Proxy was Radiohead.
Oh shit.
It was Paranoid Android by Radiohead.
Oh yeah, when I was in London the other week, I was drinking outside a pub. The main guy walked past.
What, Tom York?
Yeah.
Just randomly.
Well, he's walking. I don't know. He's going somewhere, but I didn't recognize him obviously. But someone else was like, that's the main singer from Radiohead.
Oh shit!
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Yeah, I didn't say hi or anything. Yeah.
What the fuck?
He seemed like he was busy. I'm not I'm not a big Radiohead fan, but the other guy was like freaking out.
Yeah, I would. That would have been me.
I am that other guy.
So yeah, he's walked past.
You lucky bastard.
I'm a creep.
I love that song.
He's just slapped in the face.
I can't believe you just dropped that on.
Yeah, what the fuck?
No, I didn't talk with him. He just walked past. It was in London.
so
I mean,
cool.
it feels like that happens all the time.
But speaking of which, who were you listening to, or like what artists or what kind of music were you listening to when you were conceptually coming up with Soulmart?
Oh man, there's this one song called "Help." I think it's
not the Beatles song, right?
No, no, it's an anime song. Well, it's a Japanese song. I think it actually is from one of the Hololive girls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's "Help!" exclamation point. I think it's, should we say? I think.
I don't know.
No, it's just funny. It's just like just a funny song to make it a
It is.
management company. I'm serious this time.
I was like, I can't come up with any ideas. Let me just search "help" and see if let's see if the magic works.
That's so cool though.
Yeah, but it worked out. And the song is a really just like kind of like funky song. Like it's a very like lighthearted song. So it was really helping set the mood for like an action comedy.
Right.
Yeah.
Where'd you get the ideas of demons from?
I don't know. I just really like demons.
Probably you could probably use some fun form factors and designs.
Yeah.
Because demon could be anything.
Yeah, like our main character demon has no arms. He is one big mouth with a tongue that's also a necktie.
So sick.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
He's kind of crazy, but
fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and he's a lot of fun to animate.
Sick. I can't wait to see like it fully fleshed out and see how it all comes together.
Yeah, it's already looking really good, and like the voice actors are killing it. We got Alex Lee actually.
Yeah, I recognize.
Yeah,
I recognize.
I couldn't tell. And we have Emmy Lowe on Serena, who's the girl, and Damon Mills for the demon.
Oh fuck yeah!
Yeah.
Nice. Damn, what a stacked lineup.
Yeah, they're amazing. They're so good to work with.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's crazy. Yeah.
So do you have a timeline of when the webtoon is going to come out or webcomic?
I mean, I think we're looking at like last quarter of this year.
Oh shit! Okay.
Now that's how I know you're in management.
We're looking at Q4.
Yeah. This quarter was looking pretty good, brother. Yeah. But that's my estimate. I don't want to give an exact date because it depends.
Yeah.
But yeah, around that time.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Exciting.
I always feel bad asking people when stuff comes out, but you just can't help as a human being.
Yeah, you have to.
So I just want to tell.
Yeah.
When?
Yeah, exactly.
The real question is how long have you had to hold off from like just talking about this or like
both of you.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's been about a year just because like I've been working on it for about that long and we haven't been able to tell anybody about it.
Yeah.
And basically until now. So yeah. I mean, for you, it's been longer though, right?
I mean, for me, it was just it was a long process, but I guess it was around the same amount of time from like when it got approved. Mine was like about a year and a half.
Yeah.
Maybe longer since I finished the screenplay. Like, when did I screenplay? Fuck. Yeah, about just over a year and a half ago. So yeah,
all blur now.
it is all an absolute blur. And just having to keep quiet on that was just like fucking painful as shit.
Yeah,
that's fair. Well, I've actually got a question for you in terms of your experience making it, because when you make the screenplay, I'm sure you already have like a really good idea of what everything's gonna look like in your head.
Yeah, and
like being able to see that come to life, not necessarily being as involved in the process as I am, right? Because like I'm making the scenes, like I know how they're made, so I'm like, okay, the magic isn't really there.
Yeah.
So like from your experience, when you see the actual shot or like the scene that like you wrote, is there something like how does that make you feel? Like,
God, how do I put this into words? So obviously it's like a magical feeling, right? I think with my screenplays, I was like super detail oriented.
Interesting. Okay.
Because I put in like for like certain scenes where it was like not much dialogue, but a lot of like character acting. I put as much detail as I could in the screenplay so that the director knows what the intent is and what the emotions are. And there were actually a few scenes where it was kind of like, there were actually some points where I'm like, I see the storyboards, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this has nothing to do with like the director. It was just like, shit, this didn't hit me as much as I thought it would actually. So there was like this anxiety of just like, I think I know this. I think this hits in my mind, but am I just gaslighting myself? And
that's scary.
Yeah,
scary.
And it is fucking terrifying. And there were like a few moments during the production of this where I see a scene visualized and I'm like, fuck, this hasn't, like, it is still good, but it's not like hitting how it like would in my head.
Where do you learn to like to give that feedback and how to do it? Be like, there's a lot of work you're gonna have to change.
Yeah, but I don't know how to fix it. So good luck.
Like, do it the Japanese way. And
just exclaim a lot until we get the hint.
And I guess like the best way I can describe it is, I had to learn when to listen to the actual experts on this project and be like, okay, this works best for this project. It doesn't align with how you envision it, but we think that it works best. It's the trick between balancing that and balancing, no, this is how I want it to be. This is my vision and I don't want to budge on this. Because there was, for like 90% of this project, we were like, everyone was on the same page, happy with it. The big thing was actually the ending. The ending sequence of my anime, which I'm not going to spoil, but that went through a lot of work and a lot of iterations and a lot of me shitting myself because it all basically hinged on this like climax. And I'm like, first time I saw it, I'm like, I thought I would get a stronger emotional reaction, and I didn't, and that I started panicking. I'll be honest, I started panicking.
That's relatable, to be honest. Just to be very clear, this is not like this happens to me on my own project. I'll be like, when I wrote this, I thought it was gonna be better.
It happens. And I will say that like not every time do you get this magical, oh my god, magical moment. Oh my god, it's all come together. There is moments before that where you're like, oh my god, I'm a fraud. This is gonna suck. Oh my god, this is. I just gaslit myself. I'm a talentless hack. Yeah. But through working with the director, through working with the studio, and through kind of like micromanaging the actual important aspects of like breaking down the scene, breaking down what is actually important, what is missing from the scene, it is sometimes not a complete like oh shit moment. It is an iterative like process. And it truly hit me when I sat down for the music recording, and that was the first time when I'd seen some of like the kind of like the layouts of the final scene as well. And that's when I started fucking bawling, if I'm being honest. I was like, holy shit. Great. All the work I put into it like paid off.
That's a baby.
Damn.
Yeah, because it was as much of like a release of just like, oh my god, this actually, I wasn't gaslighting myself. This actually,
I didn't waste all the money. I didn't waste it.
But the process to get there wasn't as clean as some people can think sometimes.
No, that's definitely true.
But
it's interesting because like the process for me, I mean, it's pretty similar, to be fair. Like even though I'm making it myself, like I'm like my own client, right? So I'm like trying to figure out like, okay, so this is what we want. Is it executable? Like, is it going to look as good as it's supposed to, especially with the resources that we have? And like, I mean, sometimes I'll just be like, no, we got to change this. Like it's just got to be different. And that will also be like a kind of iterative process. Like we don't really have the timelines that we need necessarily to keep going, but like at some point it's like, no, we just gotta change and we gotta redo it. And it pays off at the end of the day. Like it's extra work, but when you get the vision right, it's just like, okay.
Yeah.
All right, that worked out.
Yeah, that must be so gratifying as well, especially, you know, when you work on it for so fucking long, right?
Yeah. Honestly, it's a little unhealthy. I mean, you work on something for so long and you
kind of got to be a little bit unhealthy to be good at this job.
That's true.
Yeah. Like animation is this weird job where if you're not passionate about it, I don't think you can fucking do it, dude.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like management. You're not competing against other people who don't care.
Yeah, exactly. So like, you know, for me, it's like I work on something for a couple months, and then I get like I'm done with it, and I'm like, yeah, for like a day or two, and I'm like, all right, I gotta get
what's next.
My next fix like a month later.
I call that the honeymoon period.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're like, where you chill out.
Yeah.
Or you just like rewatching the video and like, yeah, that fucking slaps.
I'm the goat.
And then you're like, oh, I want to feel this again.
Yeah. The next fix.
You're just like, oh man. Yeah. But you know, it's fun.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's so sick. I'm so excited both of you guys' thing to come out.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to be friends with big shots. I'll be like, yeah, I know him. Yeah, we're cool.
Yeah.
I shook his hand.
Yeah, we worked on something together actually. Yeah.
Actually, you know, it was a really pivotal part into the direction of which the studio went.
Don't even see that Boiis animation. But, it was a big break. Oh my god. Well, yeah. Thanks for coming on to the show, man.
Yeah,
It's been super cool. Do you want to shout anything out? Socials, anything like that? Soulmart, yeah, go check out Soulmart when it comes out eventually.
Yeah, Soulmart. I think the URL will be like soulmart.world or something. So you guys can check that out, and also YouTube, Dillon Goo. I'm the same everywhere. I think Twitter and everything. So
right on.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Also, thanks for the shirt.
Oh yeah, no worries.
Yeah,
no worries. Yeah, you've been rocking it just casually the entire time.
Yeah. I actually, I was wearing it all day. Totally wearing it all day.
Yeah, you definitely didn't spill water all over yourself. We had to give you an additional
Listen,
shirt.
our faucets are quite weird.
Yeah, they are weird. They just
and it's like a hydraulic.
that is
wash.
true.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was unpredictable, but it worked out.
But go check out Dillon Goo's stuff. Links, as always, down in the description below. And hey, look at all these patrons on screen.
Ooh.
Dillon, point to one. Who would enjoy your animation?
That guy in particular.
That guy? Yeah, he'd definitely like it.
Yeah.
But hey, you know what else you guys can go enjoy as well? Our Patreon exclusive content that we upload weekly over on our Patreon. You guys can go check out a new one right after this episode. Mudan, I wanted you to show a little clip of that.
How much did you play with Elden Ring again?
3 minutes.
An hour?
Oh, yeah, an hour. How much I actually played was about 3 minutes.
All right. I've got like 10 hours in this game, so I can help you guys, I think.
Have you done the first boss?
Yeah, I've done the first two. Wait, how do we fucking climb out of here?
Connor, where are you taking us?
Oh no, I went off the map. Don't follow me. Don't follow me.
Okay. I'm running. Where the fuck did you take us, Connor?
I'm not gonna make it. It was this way. It wasn't that way. I'm so sorry.
Okay. No! You fucker!
But hey, if you want to check that out and support the show in the process, head on over to patreon.com/trashtaste. Also follow us on Twitter, send us some memes on the subreddit, and if you hate our face, listen to us on Spotify. And thanks for coming on, bro.
Thanks for having me.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.